at least hello. I think hello. um, I think it's really echoey. Yeah, it's showing up on my thing now. This is really echoey because I'm in my hotel room, or I'm in my temporary hotel room before I travel to the next spot I have to go for work. But um hi guys. Sorry, I have to remember to use my hands. I have to remember to use my hands. I felt like not showing my hands because honestly, not gonna lie, my nails are kind of fucked up right now. Like not fucked up, but like they're like pretty brittle, so they've been breaking the past like couple weeks or so. Um, and what's it called? Just in general, my nails are pretty brittle. Is it brittle? Like they're pretty like not sensitive, but they're kind of sensitive. I think it's because I have iron deficiency. So when I have my nails, like I don't know, like if I'm traveling a lot, I tend to use more hand sanitizer, and using hand sanitizer tends to what's it called? Sorry, I'm getting my water bottle. This is so fun. I don't know. Like anyway, but yeah, my nails tend to get more dried out and like break more easily when I travel because I'm using so much hand sanitizer. So that's why I don't really want to show my hands today. But yeah. Also, I'm thirsty, so I got water from my bag. I don't know, this is so fun because I can just show you guys things and like you don't see it, but you understand what it is, right? Like you see the water bottle. Like I could probably pull out my light stick and I could probably show you guys the colors too. It's so fun. But yeah, I got I don't know, Zipangu was yesterday. Zipangu, if you guys don't know, is a Japanese music festival that happened for the first time in oh shit, my ad's starting soon because I think it's like pre-roll ads or some shit. But yeah, it's a Japanese music festival that happened in Pasadena, California for the first time this year, and it just happened yesterday. I traveled down here not necessarily just for that, but also because I had a work trip. So I went to that yesterday. It was a lot of fun. I went with my friend. Also, let me grab my light stick because now that I thought about showing it to you guys, now I just want to show it to you guys because I can't show you guys the actual light stick because it has stuff on it that it has stuff on it. But I think I can show the glow, so I feel like I want to see what it looks like. 1 second. You guys can still hear me probably. Hopefully my stream has audio. I have it on. Wait, is it in here? It should be in here. I packed up stuff last night because I was staying with some friends, but since they headed out, let me grab my souvenirs. Oh, okay, my ad is in progress. Okay. Oh, but I got my light stick, so yeah. Let me see if this works. Can you see it? Oh no, it's not that. Well, there now it's red. You guys can't really see it. No, I thought it would be that you guys could see it more. No. Okay, well let me see if I change it because the red is actually let me turn off the light. If I turn off the light, the bathroom light's still on. Let me see if now you guys can see it. Yay! Oh, the shadow. You can't really see the shadow, I guess, because the shadow isn't really a shadow, but now it's green. But yeah, I have a Final Fantasy 14 light stick. Anyway, that's off. Wait, that's off. How do you change the color? Oh, now it's like teal and then yellow. I think the white balancing is throwing it off, but is that blue? I don't know, but it was a lot of fun to go to the concert. Yeah, you can kind of tell the colors are changing a little bit. But yeah. Oh, I forgot my ads are like 3 minutes to start. I don't know because like oh, hi Marimba! Thank you for the check-in. But yeah, I don't know what to do because since I'm on my phone, I can't play music, so I don't know. Wait, let me go turn the light back on because I'm just like I feel a little self-conscious. Oh my god, my nerves. Also, not gonna lie, my allergies have been kind of bad today. Oh, wait. Oh, you can barely see my hand now because it's like the light. There's no light. Okay, I need to turn the lights back on so you can see my hand again. This feels a little stupid, not gonna lie. Wait, if I yeah, you can see the light stick more. You just can't see the color. But hi. Sorry, this is just so funny. I don't know. I'm just like yeah. But yeah, so basically, I flew in on Friday, like Friday afternoon. Oh my god. So I actually had so I actually kind of snuck out from work. Not that it's like, I don't go to the office all the time anymore. So, hi, Ro. Sorry, my shit's not gonna work today because I don't have my YouTube studio. But yeah, hi. This feels so stupid. Also, my ad is still in progress. I don't know. I was like, oh, I could karaoke while my ad is happening. But at the same time, I feel self-conscious. I don't know, it feels weird because it's just me, like Joony, like my model isn't here. I have my adult keychain here. I didn't buy it at Zipangu, but I have my adult keychain here because I was like, oh, it'd be boring, I guess, if it's just like there's just like nothing on the screen. And then I was like, oh, I guess I could put like a little guy, like a little thing over here or something. And then I also came up with the idea of like using my hands as like not shadow puppets because I'm not really puppeteering anything. I guess I could. How do you make a bird like this or some shit? I don't know. It's like a turkey. I don't know. But anyways, I'm just gonna be awkward today. But yeah, so I snuck out from work and I went. On Friday I went on a tour of like a gaming or like a different company, not for what's it called, not for I forgot what it's called, not for like I'm not like trying to quit my job or anything. I was just like my friend of a friend works at a place, and then my friend was like, I'm gonna go on a tour of this place, like does anyone want to come? And I was like, I do, because I'm a nosy ass bitch. And I was just like, wow, it would be fun if I go and stuff like that. So I went along. And I've been taking some time off work semi-frequently in the past couple of weeks or so, just because I went to Fan Fest recently, So then it's like, if I just went to Fan Fest, I was like gone for like almost a week, and then on top of that, like I'm going to Fanime, so I need time off for that. So then I was just like, I don't really want to, like say I'm not gonna be at work on Friday, because I want to go on a tour of this place, and also because I have to travel to the airport, blah blah blah. But anyway, like I was still monitoring my work, but I kind of snuck out. And I was pretty sure, right? I was pretty sure that, nothing major was going to happen. I brought my laptop, I brought my suitcase. Everything was fine. Everything was chill. But, yeah. So, I went on the tour. It was a lot of fun. And then we got, like, pizza. I had, like, eggplant. Like, I don't know. It was an Italian place, so I don't think it was, like, I don't know, low-key. I think it was a little bougie. But my friend was like, oh, what? I've been wanting to try this place. And, like, I'm the type of person that's kind of just like, okay. So, and I also wasn't too hungry and I couldn't bring leftovers, so I was like, yeah, we can split pizza. So we got like this like eggplant pizza that had like fota or something. I don't know. It had some kind of cheese on it, but like it was good. I was a little scared of the eggplants, not gonna lie, because they were like little chunks of like eggplant, and like I've had like fried eggplant before because my mom makes like really good fried. Also, I need to stop waving around my stick. Also, wait, yeah, you guys can't see the color. But yeah, but it's so cute. Sorry, I really like this light stick. I'm just like, wow, I love this light stick. Okay, anyway, I probably shouldn't rub it like that. But anyway, so I got pizza. I was low-key, I was scared of eating the eggplants, but like it was actually kind of okay. It was pretty good. It was like the way my friend described it is like it kind of gives it like a little bit of sweetness or something. I really hope that my mic is working. Hey, Marimba. But yeah, what's it called? I hope that my mic is working. Otherwise, it'll just be a bunch of me flailing my arms around, and it'll be kind of weird. Wait, let me listen to myself. I think either way, it is gonna be me flailing. Oh, I can hear myself. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. I don't want to hear myself. Okay, anyway, but it's kind of funny because I was thinking about this summer recently. Sorry, random change of topic. I was thinking about this recently because when I stream, like normally with my V2 model, like you guys can't see how much I like flail my arms around like when I'm talking to you guys, and it's like I was like thinking because I'm not gonna get like a 3D model anytime soon because that's just expensive and like 3D tracking blah blah. Anyway, I was just like did I feel like an orchestra conductor? But anyway, I was like it would be so funny to one day show you guys how I just like randomly do shit with my arms. Especially like when I was freaking out the other day about Howling Blade, I was literally just pointing at the screen. I was like, this man. Anyway, but yeah. But I don't know. Maybe I'll try to do these more like when I'm at home or like when I'm traveling. But these are like this is kind of fun. I don't know. I'm just like yay. I don't know why, but the shadows are so amusing. But yeah. So, anyways, yeah, eggplant pizza. It was pretty good. Low key. I don't know. I'm like not super close friends with this person or like the people I was with. So I was like, like when you're like, like friends with people, but you're not like 100% comfortable with them, then you're like, I don't know, at least for me, I'm like less likely to speak up about shit. So like even though for me, I was like kind of craving like something with more cheese or like with meat on it, like pepperoni or sausage, blah blah. But I'm glad I just like shut my mouth. And I went and ate the eggplant pizza with my friend because that was pretty good. But oh my god, the crust was so thin, and then it was also like kind of soggy. So I was like, I guess it's like Italian pizza or something is like this. But then I was like trying to eat it, and it was just like all the toppings will just slide off, and I'm like, oh okay, let me just like pick these up with my fork. Let me just like like sandwich it together because I usually I just eat my pizza like flat. Because I know people that are like that fold it in two. How do I do that? Sorry, I'm just like looking at my fingers or my shadow hands, and I'm just like this looks weird. Anyway, but yeah, like they like fold it in two and then they eat it like a taco or something. But I don't usually do that. I usually just like eat it like straight up, and then like not vertically, but like straight up horizontally. And then I don't know, but like I don't know. I was also like. They didn't give us napkins because I guess it's Italian or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know. They gave us like cloth napkins. I was like, I don't want to use this cloth napkin to like, hold my pizza. And I was like, I don't know. I wasn't thinking. Because I was also stressed out. Because you know why? My fucking flight for the airport to SoCal was so it got delayed by like I think I was supposed to leave and then I was supposed to arrive by like 7 p.m. because originally, right, I was going to go to LA area for like I was originally actually thinking about going to LA around like Sunday or Saturday because the event was Saturday, like Zipangu was, but it was like Saturday at like 3 p.m. or something. So I was like, well, technically, if I wanted to save on like hotel costs, then I could just fly in on Saturday. If I got up early in the morning, I could just like, I could do it, like it wouldn't be like too bad. I could just wake up in the morning, then I'd also have to pack less, but the flights were kind of expensive. But then also, hotel. So I was like asking my other friend who's like local to the area, like his parents live around here, and also he's a weeb. That comes into play later. But yeah, like his parents live around the area. He like grew up around here, so I was like, oh hey, like if I booked a hotel in this city versus this city, like which one would be better? Like which one? Like if I booked it in the city that was like further away, it was like cheaper. But then if I booked it in the same city the Rose Bowl was happening, or like the same city Zipangu was happening, then it would have been more expensive, but it would have been more like it would have been cheaper to Uber, I guess is the thing, right? So I like asked my friend, and I was also kind of just like wondering. I was like, like dude's a weeb too, and he goes down to SoCal pretty often. I wonder if he's road tripping down like this, like to go to this concert. Because also like his roommate is also a pretty big weeb. His roommate and him are actually like super into VTubers. He's like one of my friends I've known for a while, and I've actually told him that I do VTubing, but I haven't told him my handle. It's so funny because I like recently I think I mentioned how I was like, yeah, I don't think I should tell people that I VTube. But I feel like there are just like certain people. I don't know. I'm like I know this guy enough that I'm like yeah okay. Anyway. But yeah. So I was like maybe they're also going, and I could be like, hey, like are you guys going? Want a road trip? Blah blah blah. Or like road trip part way. Anyway, so long story short, what ends up happening is not only is my friend and his friend like big weebs, they're also big Uma Musume players, big Uma Musume fans, big horse guys. They were also bronies, which is funny because, full circle, I guess it's like, My Little Pony, and then now they moved on to the new horse shit. Is horse shit? I think horse shit's derogatory. The new horse thing that is like capturing like all the horse brony guys. But yeah, so they were like, actually, we're also going down there for like that weekend for there was an Uma Musume event that happened at like a horse racetrack on actually Saturday morning, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna go down on Friday. Oh, I keep bumping the camera. Okay, I'm gonna step back. But yeah, they were like going down on Friday morning, and then they were like, yeah, we're gonna stay. Actually, they didn't even mention where they were staying. I just assumed that they were staying at his like parents' place. But this, I don't know. Oh my god, my friend's so funny. But yeah, so he was like, you can just stay with us, and I was like, okay, chill. And then he was like, yeah, and if you come on Friday, we can get dinner, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, chill. Yeah, I'll come down on Friday. So that's why I was like, there was like a time pressure to get down there like earlier if I could, right? So that's why I was stressed out at this pizza place and frazzled because my flight got delayed. And now instead of arriving at 7, which is, like already kind of like a little bit late, but possibly also peak dinner time, like instead of arriving at 7, my flight was gonna arrive at fucking 9 p.m. And not even 9 p.m. I think it was like 9:30 or whatever. It's like, okay, like at that point, like, everyone wants to sleep. So like I was just like, fuck. So I was like, okay, well, it lets me rebook to a different flight. So also, yeah, it just like, I was like, how can my flight get delayed this much by like 2 hours? I was like, why? Huh? And then, yeah, so anyways, I rebooked to a different flight that was supposed to arrive at 8 p.m., which is like, okay, it's not too bad, but it's also not great. And the other thing, I'm telling the story like totally out of order, but the other thing was too, is like my friend was like, yeah, if you come down on Friday, we can get dinner. We can go to a maid cafe. And I was like, oh, he's joking. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, blah, 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 sure. And then what I found out was when my flight was delayed, and then I was like, oh, yeah, like, what's it called? Like, yeah, there's another flight I can book, and it arrives at 8. And then he was like, the maid cafe closes at 8:30. And I was like, oh, low key, I thought you were kidding about the maid cafe. But no, he was being like legit about like going to the maid cafe. I was like, oh, okay. I will give you a maid cafe rain check. So we'll go next time, okay? I promise, bro. But yeah, it was just like, oh, maid cafe. But anyway, so what ended up happening is I rebooked, but then what fucking happened was the flight I rebooked to also got delayed, and then it was like going to arrive like a couple minutes like before or after like the original flight I was on. And I was like, what the fuck? So then I was like looking at like I don't know, like other airlines, and then like I was like, okay, like what can I do? Like can I like refund this, or I don't know. I was just like, I don't know what to do, because it was also like if I try to change my flight too much, I would pay money, and I was like, okay, I don't want to pay money because I'm like I already like this flight was already kind of expensive, so I'm just like but yeah, so what ended up happening was I was like, well, I could fly into like a different airport, I guess. But then like I don't know, it just seemed like it wasn't worth it, and like my friends were gonna be the ones who were picking me up too, so I was like, I don't really want to like burden them too much. But what ended up happening is like I was like saying like, oh, like I was telling my friend, I was like, I guess like we could probably go to like a different like airport or something, I guess. And he was like, yeah, I guess like if it's any of like these airports, right, like if it was any of these airports, like we can pick you up, and the preference is like this, right? And then like this is a group chat with his fiance in there too, right? And then his fiance was like, if she goes to the Long Beach airport, then we can get Hooters. Eyeballs emojis. So, what ended up happening was there was a flight that would arrive. Also, oh shit, my computer turned off. The flight that I got arrived also at like would actually arrive on time at 8 p.m. So we wound up getting Hooters. Which is funny because my other friends have been at that exact Hooters when they went to ALA like earlier this past year. And like when we went there, like my friends were just like, oh yeah, don't worry, it's like a family establishment, you know, like it's like a family restaurant. It's not like, you know, crazy out there. Oh my god, they're like, oh my god, they're the women there, like not. I'm just like, holy shit, because their shorts are so short. I was like, what is this? I'm a constant. Sorry, I'm talking about Hooters right now. This is my first Hooters experience. I don't know. I was just like, because like, you know, when I grew up, like, you know, Hooters was like, I don't know. Now I just feel weird saying Hooters a lot, but like Hooters is just like, oh, okay, women. But it was just like, oh, okay. I don't know. It's just like, wow, they're very, very, very wow, and very like wow, and just like, oh, okay, whoa. Like I kept staring off into the distance of just like, you know, like we were sitting in a booth and I would just like stare off into the distance and just like, you know, dissociate, and then suddenly like someone would walk by and then like their booty was just like out there and I was just like, holy fuck, oh my god. And then I was just like looked down at my wings and I was like, oh my god. But yeah, anyways, we like ordered, my friends were like, we gotta get the sliders, and then they were like, and then we gotta get the wings, let's get like 50 wings. And I was like, okay. Like I was like looking at the menu and I'm like, you know, I don't have really opinions right now, I'm just like, I want food, that's it. And then yeah, like when I heard him say 50 wings, I was like, well, there are 4 of us, so it should be fine. And I was also just like, I'm kind of tired, like you can make the decisions, man, like I don't really care. And it was also just like, you know, everything sounded fine. But yeah, when he said 50 wings, I was like, okay, not to be that Asian person, I say at a table full of Asian people, but I was like, not to be that Asian person, but do they serve rice here? Because like if you eat wings, like chicken wings, like just automatically, like for me, go with rice, you know what I mean? Like growing up, we eat KFC, we eat Popeye's chicken, I eat it with rice. You know, I have leftover McNuggets or like chicken nuggets or something, I eat it with rice. I eat dino nuggies, I eat it with rice. Like you eat the meat with the rice. Like why would you not eat the meat with the rice? It's like, what the fuck is the point? Like I'm gonna eat a piece of meat with the bread? Like this doesn't make this, it's just not the same. It's like rice is just like, it's rice, you know what I mean? Like 55 burgers, 55 fries. I always serve poops a lot. Yeah, I would like, well, I think we did get like 8 sliders, which was too many. And then they were like, we can eat this for breakfast, like on like Sunday when we leave. Cause like they like left on Sunday, or like they left this morning basically. But yeah, so it was definitely too much food. But then my friend was just like, oh my god, why are you guys like this? Cause I think what happened was his fiance had asked the same exact thing previously or something. But she was like, yeah, like, why don't they have rice? And I was like, yeah. I was telling this story to my friend today, and she's like Korean. And then she was like, why would Hooters have rice? And I'm just like, I don't know. And she's like, but Hooters is too American for that. And I'm just like, I know, but like, shouldn't they like adjust? Like fucking, like Healer suggests, like you should adjust. Like there are enough like Asians in America. And like rice is like, not, it's like, you know, Mexican people have rice too, Indian people have rice too. It's like white people also eat rice. Like, you know, like rice is a staple side. It's so cheap. Why would you not have rice? It's so fast to cook. Like, why would you not have rice? Just like, you know, like chuck a microwave rice in the microwave or some shit and just like, you know, slap together some rice on the side and charge me $5. But like, you know, like give me some rice to eat with my fucking wings. I don't know. They said it's a family restaurant. Family restaurants have rice. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so we went to Hooters and yeah, I just kept getting like I don't know if stunned is the right word, but I just kept getting like thrown off by like women walking by in their Hooters uniforms, just like, and like they're just like their butt cheeks are just like half out. I'm just like, whoa, oh my god. Like legitimately, I'm just like, your shorts cover what my underwear covers, and I'm just like, I don't know what. I guess we're at a beach now. But yeah, anyways, it just threw me off. I was just like, what's happening? Like, what's happening? Get me out of here. I don't know. It was an enjoyable experience. The wings were good. I do think that we could have ordered spicier wings. I don't remember what we got. We got like I don't know. I know my friend got like a dry rub. I don't remember what that one was. And then we got like garlic parmesan. The garlic parmesan, I don't think I was a big fan of. It was just like slimy in like the wrong way or something. It was just like you would think, like, I love garlic, I love cheese. You would think that I would like the dulak. Anyways, like, you would think that I would like the garlic parmesan wings, but it was just like, I don't know how I feel about it. But anyway, and then we also got like the Thai, some kind of Thai, it was like how do you say it? It's not slimy, but it was like pretty saucy. It was kind of slimy too though. But we also got like the Thai thing, and I think like the Thai one, specifically the Thai wings, those ones tasted like they should be eaten with rice. So it just like made us wish that we had rice even more. And then my friend even had to admit, he was like, yeah, this would go well with rice. And I was like, yeah, see, like, you know, they would like, you know, they could get in the Asian crowd in here if they just served like rice. I don't know. But yeah, so anyways, what happened next? Oh, the other thing though, like, I don't think the Thai like flavor is like too high on their spice index or whatever it's called. So it's like, I think it was just like a spicy or something. I don't know. I was kind of scared to eat it because I think like recently or like in the past couple of times I've had spicy food. Typically for me, I like to go a little bit, like, my spice tolerance isn't the best, but it's not like I'm dying from eating a bag of hot Cheetos. You know what I mean? But sometimes I will accidentally order like one level higher than I am comfortable with. So when we got seafood boil, this is what that reminds me of what it was. So when we got seafood boil recently for Mother's Day, we got like mild, but the mild was like way too spicy. Not necessarily that it was like I couldn't handle it spicy, but it was like too spicy for my parents because they were like, and it was also too spicy for me because it's like it was so spicy. It was spicy enough that you couldn't taste like the flavor of the seafood, and like my parents were like kind of just like, oh, like, you know, like if it's this spicy, like all you taste is the spice, you don't really get the flavor of like the shrimp and like crab and whatnot. So then it was kind of like not like a waste, but they were like, okay, so next time when we order it, we just go like no spice probably. But yeah, so like because of that though, because that happened recently, I was like, okay, like I'm a little bit scared how spicy this spicy will be. So I was like a little bit scared to try the Thai like chicken wings at first, but then when I tried it, I was like, oh, okay, this is like nothing. But I was like, compared to the fucking like seafood boil, like the Asian seafood boil, like this is nothing. But yeah, I think that happened last night actually too, because I got like Korean food and then I got like a sundubu jjigae, I think. It's like the soft tofu soup. I got like mild, but then I think I could have just actually gone for spicy because it was, I don't know if it was like the spiciness that I was missing or if it was just like it didn't taste like it had enough like fish sauce in it or something. It was something that tasted like it was missing, but it was still good. Oh my god, I was actually gonna go there again tonight and get more corn cheese and seafood pancake because their food was really good, but it's already quite late and I do need to wake up early tomorrow and like the rest of this week, so I will resist. But next time I come back to Pasadena, I'm gonna go back and get like that place's seafood pancake and that place's like corn cheese because it was really good. But yeah, so anyways, thinking also just as like a time blocker or just like a blocking out this shit, like I will end stream the next time I have to go to the bathroom because I don't know how well this room soundproofs the bathroom, and I don't want you guys to hear me, go piss girls. So this will just be too awkward. So this room will end whenever I need to go to the bathroom. Also because I shouldn't stay up too late too, you know what I mean? But yeah, so anyways, Hooters came and went, and then what else happened? Yeah, we went to bed, or it was funny because my friend hadn't actually told me where we were staying that night. So we were just, we got back into the car, and then we started driving to where we were gonna stay, and then it was we're staying at my friend's parents' place. And then I was like, okay, well, my friend's parents live in in Glendale, which is in between Pasadena and Burbank, kind of. It's here-ish. I don't know. I'm not good at LA geography. It's fuck that shit. But yeah, so I was like, okay, well, my other friend I was going to the concert with is coming from the Burbank area and whatnot, from is that West LA? Yeah, West LA. So then I was like, okay, well, they said that they can drop me off when we're done with the concert and whatnot, so you don't have to pick me up, blah blah. And then they were like, oh, where does your friend live? I was like, oh, they're in the Burbank area. And then my friend was like, oh, they're not gonna be able to do that because our place is a 20 to 40 minute detour for them. And I was like, oh, I mean where I thought we were staying in Glendale. And it was like, no, we're staying here. And it was a place I'd never fucking heard of before. And it was I think 20 minutes in the opposite direction of Burbank from Pasadena. So it was so then my friend I was going to this concert with was send me the address of where your friend is, blah blah blah. And then I was like, so it's actually here. And then also the other thing was the horse thing was happening right on Saturday morning, and then my friend was like, oh, you can come to the horse thing, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go see the horses at the racetrack, blah blah blah. And then I was like, yeah, that's in Pasadena. And then I sent my other friend the link to the thing, and they were like, that's not Pasadena. And I was like, what? And I looked it up, and it was also 20 minutes away from Pasadena. So it I was like, okay, so I had to rearrange all my plans. So I was like, okay, so I guess what'll happen is we'll go from the parents' place to the horse track, and I'll go from the horse track to Pasadena for the concert, and everything will be fine. And everything turned out fine. It was just a little bit of shuffling. It was also funny because I forgot if I've told you guys before, but I have allergies to cats and dogs and hamsters and pets, basically, right? So it kind of flares up in different ways, and I don't exactly know how it works, but usually I think if there's less pet hair, or if just in general the area or the house gets cleaned regularly, then my allergies don't trigger. So I think it might have to do with dander or hair, or sometimes they bedding or something for hamsters. But yeah, so anyways, my friend was also we were pulling into his parents' garage, and then my friend is like, oh yeah, my parents also have a dog. And I was like, oh yeah, I figured. Because I was something in my memory was just this friend's parents have a dog, and his fiance was like, you didn't tell her. And it was so funny because my friend's fiance was just I don't know how you're friends with him. And I'm just it's fine, we've known each other for years. I'm used to it at this point. And for me, really honestly, I could have asked in advance too. Because that was also the reason why I wasn't staying at my other friend's place, is because they have a cat. And I don't know, I feel I'm just I don't know how bad my allergies are. But I just remember the last time I was over at a friend's place and they have a cat. On one hand, my other friend, they were fine, but I think they clean more regularly. But then my other friend, he had 4 or 5 cats, and it was he has a pretty big house, I would say. He doesn't live in an apartment, he lives in a house with his parents and whatnot, and it's 2 floors, many rooms, so it's there's a lot of area for air to circulate in case it's something in the air, maybe. And when I was at his house with his 5 cats, he had just freshly cleaned But then when I would enter like when I would go to like is it called a foyer, like the entryway, like his like my allergies started like, like not seizing up, but they started acting up basically. So I was like, maybe I'm more allergic to cats than I am to dogs. I'm not sure. Because like, yeah, I would have to like put on a mask like after like, like 30 or 20 minutes. But in that entryway, like if I just like stood there and like, because I was like shuffling through my bag. So if I like was like shuffling through my bag there, like for like, for like a couple minutes, then I could already start feeling like my allergies like tensing. I don't really know like what really happens or like how to describe when my allergies like, like happen, because I'm like, I'm not sure if this is asthma or this is allergies, like because yeah, like I think it just like the way I can describe it is just like it just starts to become harder to breathe. When I was telling my friend that today, she was just like, oh. And I was like, it's not that bad. I mean, it is a little bit bad. But yeah, I was like, but because I was like, I'm a little bit more like shy sometimes, or I don't really want to be like too pushy, especially because my friends are doing me a favor. I kind of felt bad like asking questions, which might be bad. I don't know. But yeah, I was like prepared though. I was like, like it's fine. Like this is like the contingency plan that I had made for myself, which my therapist might be like, you shouldn't do that. But like I was just like, it's fine if it doesn't work out. And like, I like walk in there and like, I'm settling down and like, I can feel like my allergies starting to like, come on, because it's like semi-gradual-ish to a point, right? But yeah, but I was like, not resigned, but I was like resolved. I think resolved is a better word, to like, if I had to, not be, if I had to find a hotel room or like somewhere else to stay, like I would be able to do it. I was like, I wouldn't mind. So yeah, but like luckily, like yeah, I went in and then like I pet the dog. Oh my gosh, she was so cute. Oh my god, she was so cute. She was so friendly. Her tail just kept wagging back and forth, back and forth. Oh, it was so cute. Anyway, oh my gosh, she was so cute. Anyway, yeah, so I went in and like, I was actually like perfectly fine, which is like amazing. It was so great. Like parents and like my friends like the entire weekend, but like the Friday night and then like a Saturday night, so that was really nice. And then yeah, it's funny, so actually in the morning, like my friends wanted to go like pretty early, and then we also got Portos with their parents, and that was a lot of like fun. That was really nice because I've never actually eaten, like I think Portos is like a very big like SoCal staple, and I don't think I've ever eaten at Portos like in person. Like what my family does sometimes is we'll order like the frozen Portos and then you can like bake it at home or something. So I've had that, but I haven't actually been able to eat at a Portos, I think. So that was really nice. It was really yummy to eat it fresh. And then I got like I think it's called a media noche sandwich, because my friend and his like dad, or like my friend and maybe his roommate, I don't remember, but like two of them were like, yeah, this one is my favorite. So I got a media noche with no pickles, and then the plantain chips were actually pretty good. I was a little worried because I think plantains are banana shaped, and basically I just really don't like bananas. So I was scared to eat the plantain chips, but they were actually pretty good. So 10 out of 10 would eat again. And then I got like a potato ball. I forgot I have a cookie. Anyway, I got potato ball, and then I got a ham and cheese roll or something. I should not make that. I should not make that motion with my hand like that. Anyway, I got a ham and cheese roll, and I'm just like, I took a bite of it. I was actually gonna save that for when I was at the racetrack, but I was like, I'm hungry and my sandwich isn't here yet, and I don't feel like eating my potato ball yet either. But yeah, so I got a ham and cheese roll, and then I took a bite of it, and I was just like, oh my god, this tastes exactly like a chicken bake from Costco, except like it gives more punch to it, you know what I mean? It's just like a little bit more like, it's just like a little bit more flavorful, basically. It's pretty good. Yeah, it was really good. Oh my god, my computer keeps going to sleep. I have like chat on my work computer so that I can like pay more attention to that in case anything happens. But yeah, but for the most part, I'm looking at my camera on my phone. But yeah, so I'm getting distracted by my own hands. But yeah, so I don't know, all in all, it was really good. I should have ordered a second one. It was so good. But the line at Porto's gets pretty long because, you know, it's like a really popular place. So I don't know, but I was just like, oh, it's so good, it's so yummy. And then I also got like I forgot what kind of lemonade. It might have been like a mango lemonade or something, but that was also pretty good. And then I think that was it. But yeah, we had breakfast there, and then, you know, I thought that would fix my sleep schedule. Did not. But yeah, it was kind of funny because I think what happened was I had woken up that day. Like we went to bed. I think I went to bed at like 2 a.m. because I stayed up watching a bit of Nietzsche Fest. Because they were doing like karaoke, or not karaoke, they were doing a concert, and then like I watched like the charade and stuff. I don't know, it was fun. And I was like, I should go to sleep, but I'm also just like, oh, I don't know. But yeah, so I went to sleep pretty late. And then I woke up at 5, and I was like, oh my god, is it 5 p.m.? I was like, did I miss everything? And it was like, no, okay, it's just like 5 a.m. Like I can go back to sleep. And then I don't know, I was just anxious because like, you know, they were like saying like that they wanted to wake up at like 8 or like 8:30 to like go to eat Porto's breakfast and whatnot, and they wanted to get to the racetrack early. So I was just like really worried, because I just tend to oversleep, and like, you know, that sort of whole thing. But yeah, so I fell asleep again. I woke up around like 6, and then I was like, okay, it's not time yet. And then I went back to sleep, and then this time I had a fucking nightmare that I fell asleep and I woke up at 1, and then my friends were just like, yo, you slept the entire day, like, you know, we missed like part of the horse thing, like, bro, what the fuck, man? Like, I don't know, like that would never happen. My friends are not like that. Also, they would probably have just woken me up, or they would have just like left me behind at that point, right? So like, but yeah, I like had like the worst nightmare. I felt so bad, and then I woke up and I looked at my phone, and it was like 7:47. I was like, oh, thank God. And then I was like, well, we're not leaving until like 8:30, or like we're not waking up till 8:30, so I guess I can go back to sleep. But then I heard my friend's like roommate's voice downstairs, and then I was like, oh shit, okay, like I should probably go and check in of like what's happening, because it seems like there are people awake. So I like went and checked in, and I was like, oh, okay, like, and then I wound up like staying up because we were actually going to leave at 8, and I was like, oh, okay, thank God I woke up. But like, you know, my friend and his fiance were still sleeping, so I was like, okay, you know, I'm fine. So it was just like my friend and my friend's roommate and my friend's parents that were like awake and like, you know, doing their shit. But yeah. Okay, I've been standing this entire stream. I'm gonna sit down for a second because I think like if I stand right, then my shadows are a bit higher. But I think if I go down, I guess I can do this. I just like lift my arms up more, which you guys can't tell, but I guess it's like more exercise for me, I guess. Let me drink some water too. I also have my bag of souvenirs that I grabbed from my bag because that's where my light stick was. But yeah, I bought some merch from the concert. Oh my god. Okay, so let me drink this water, and then I'll talk about the horses, and then I'll talk about the concert a little bit, and then I'll sign off. I don't know. It's so fun to chat with you guys. Here is my water. I don't know. This format's kind of fun. It would be fun to just do this while my model is in like the corner or something, right? Because then you guys can get like the best of both worlds. Of just like, oops, I moved it. You guys can get the best of both worlds of like seeing my face emote, and then you can also see my shadow hands. I don't know. I feel like moving my hands is so much fun. But yeah, I don't know. I was like semi thinking about getting like a 3D or whatever, or like hand tracking or something. But the problem with that would just be that I'm lazy, especially when it comes to like tracking and doing extra shit, and that's kind of sometimes why I don't VTube or I don't like stream, because I'm just like, I don't want to set up OBS, I don't want to set up like VTube Studio, I don't want to set up tits, I don't want to set up blah blah blah. I'm just lazy, so that's why sometimes I just don't stream. But yeah, also I just realized there's a mute button on this phone, so I guess I could technically go over if I needed to use the bathroom. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, we went to the horse track. One of my friends was there and they were like, tabling at the event actually, which was really fun because I got to see them and like, help them out a little bit. And like, we were just like setting up their table and it was just like a lot of fun. And then I bought my friend, a souvenir or two, like my friend back home, I bought them like a souvenir or two. And then, yeah, like, I don't know, honestly, most of my time at the horse track was just me helping my friends set up for their table. And actually we did see, oh my god, sorry, I have a post-it covering my phone's front camera and I like moved my camera a little bit and it fell off and I'm just like, okay, not today, no face reveal today. Anyway, but yeah, so my friend, yeah, I was like helping my friends set up their table and then I don't know, it was just really nice because I don't really get to see my SoCal friends very often. So it was really nice to be able to, hang out and chat with her. And then, yeah, like my friend got pizza, ate some pizza, and then I ate my like leftovers from Porto's, which is just my potato ball. I think the potato ball, I don't know how I feel about eating that one cold. I feel like it tastes better warm. I think the ham and cheese, I feel like that would have tasted better cold than the potato ball. But anyways, like yeah, I had to leave at around like 2 in order to get to like our meeting point on time at Pasadena so that we could go to the Rose Bowl for Zipangu. But yeah, so had to say goodbye to the friends. Also though, before, like when we first got there actually, I got to see, I think they're called like Clydesdales or something, but they had like some horses at the front of the racetrack that you could just like, see. You're not supposed to feed them or touch them or anything because they were like, they will bite you. And then I did like this thing that Neko does sometimes where he's just like, he like points at something and he's like, oh my god, he like does this oh my god face. I like did that and then I realized like as I was taking a picture that my finger was dangerously close to the horse's face and I was just like, this guy could probably have like dude could have probably bit off my fingers. So I was just like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. And I like stepped a couple feet away and I was like, okay, now I can do my pointing, like, my pointing meme like photo or whatever. And I was like, I just like kind of like had the thought or fear of my fingers getting like eaten for like a little bit of the rest of the day, not gonna lie. But yeah, so anyways, like after that we went to I like split off from my friends. Also my friend took my betting ticket because like if you pre-order your ticket for the horse race or the horse event, you get like a $5 betting voucher. Because it's like, oh yeah, of course you're there to bet on the horses and whatnot. And my friend, oh my god, is like into he's like getting into the horse race, like into betting. His fiance was like, stop doing this, why are you doing this? And he was like, it's fine. I think earlier actually that morning he had won like $5 or something from like betting $1 on a race and I was like, oh my god, what are you doing? But he was like, come on, give me your ticket, and I like handed it over. I was like, okay, sure. I don't think he won is the thing. I like asked them today, I was like, so like are you winning, son? Like did you guys win anything? And they were like, they didn't mention winning anything, so I think that just like speaks for itself, right? But yeah, so after that went to Zipangu around like or so, and then met up with my friend, and I just like picked up my friend from their parking lot, and like we took the Uber the rest of the way up to the Rose Bowl because initially our plan was like to go meet up at the parking lot, and then there would be a shuttle at the Rose Bowl area. Also, I'm sorry that it took like 50 minutes to get to the Zipangu, like the actual Zipangu section, but yeah, like we were originally planning on taking the shuttle from the Rose Bowl, or from like the parking lot up to the Rose Bowl, just to like avoid any traffic. But what ended up happening is I was like checking the website like the week or like the couple like 1 or 2 days before like the 1 or 2 days before the event, right? And I was just like, oh, like okay, like here's how you get to the event, blah blah blah, like walking, blah blah, here's the map, etc. And it was saying stuff of like, oh, if you like are parking there's, or like it's like mentioned the shuttle, right? And it was like, oh, there's no longer a shuttle, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, weird. Like I wonder if this is the same shuttle that my, like certainly not the same shuttle that my friend has been talking about us taking for, you know, the past. Also, my hands are getting tired from raising them. I'm standing back up. My arms are not strong. It's not on day. But yeah, I was like, certainly not the same shuttle that my friend was talking about, right? Of like, you know, we're gonna go and take the shuttle, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I was like, it's like, so the parking lot shuttle is like different from, you know, the Zipangu shuttle, right? And then they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, because it's like it looks like the Zipangu shuttle isn't like, you know, running anymore. And then my friend was just like, what? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, where did you see that? I was like, from the website, and sent them the link. And then they were like, fuck. And I was like, oh shit, I guess not. But yeah, so what ended up happening was we were initially going to walk from like Old Town Pasadena up to the Rose Bowl, which is apparently like a 30-40 minute hike upwards, or like semi upwards, like, you know, like a kind of like okay like incline is what they said and what their coworker said. But since like they weren't actually gonna pick me up because I was in the opposite direction of them, what I was like is like, you know, like since I'm Ubering anyway, like I can just like have the Uber like stop at the parking lot, pick you up, and then we can just go the rest of the way to like the Rose Bowl. So that's what we wound up doing. And oh my god, like my Uber driver, she was so nice. I was telling her about my midlife crisis, or not midlife crisis, I'm not that old yet, my quarter life crisis. I was talking about just like, you know, like, you know, like the flight stuff that happened, like all the festival event, blah blah. She had like these little duckies like lined up on her dashboard. It was really cute. She was so nice. I love her. But yeah, she was like, oh yeah, the app is making me do this thing, blah blah blah. She let me charge my phone in her car. Oh my god, I gave her like I gave her a tip. I was like, oh my god, I love you. You're so amazing. Anyway, let's go gambling. Oh my god, next time we're playing Yakuza, we'll do some gambling in there. I wonder, can you do horse race betting in Yakuza? I feel like, because horse bets are popular, I guess, in Japan, right? But then like I guess like if Yakuza is taking place in more like a pastime Japan, then maybe not, but I don't know. But yeah. Hi 100. Yo, what's good on? Hi. We're doing a shadow hand cam stream today. I'm just recapping my trip so far to Zipangu. But yeah, so yeah, I picked up my friend. We like got to the line area, and then like, you know, we got to the Rose Bowl in the car, and then that's like kind of where all the traffic is, right? Is like when you get to like up near the Rose Bowl, and then like we just saw like the line of people, and it was just like super long, and then like we were like, okay, at some point like this line has to end, right? And my Uber driver was just like, oh, like, where do you want me to drop you off? And we were just like, you know, like, wherever is most easy for you, man. Like, you're the one with the car that, like, you have to get out of here after this ride. That's also why I gave her the tip. I was like, you have to get out of here after this ride. So wherever you want, bro. But it was actually, it didn't seem too bad, because what happened was, I think the line of cars that was just, like, super slow was, I think, people who were all wanting to park near the Rose Bowl, and then the other lane was also just cars were just zooming. So I was like, it seems like after we get out, you can just go into the lane that's just zooming. No booba. Yeah, sorry, no booba today. I could like, unfortunately, I cannot like, you know, show my silhouette. Otherwise, I guess you could see like shadow booba. But, you know, there's not too much there for there to be a shadow of, I guess. I don't even know how to do shadow. But anyway, oh, 100, you missed the talk about how I went to Hooters for the first time to a family establishment. Anyway, but yeah, so for the Zipangu line, yeah, like we just like got in line, like we quickly found the end. My friend is so funny. They were like, I like traveling with you because you just like to ask, like, not you just like to ask questions, but you like aren't afraid of just asking random people questions. Cause like I went up to like someone in the line and I was like, is this the line for Zipangu? Like, is this like towards the end? Like, is the end that way? Blah, blah, blah. Is this a general line? Blah, blah. I don't remember the exact question I asked. It was just one. I didn't like badger this guy with questions. But yeah, I just like asked the guy questions, and then he was like, yeah, it's like back there. And I was like, okay, thank you. And my friend was like, oh my god, I love going on trips with you because you're so easy. I heard Hooters in America has booba. Is there Hooters that's not in America that doesn't have booba? I thought Hooters' whole thing was the booba. But also, not gonna lie, I don't know. The booba was boobing. The booba was boobing boobily or some shit. But like, I was not that like I'm like looking for the booba. That's not why I was there. But I was expecting the tops to be like lower cut. But they were pretty like high. Like, I mean, they weren't that high. I guess, like, I don't know. Like, I guess it's, like, it makes sense. It's not, like, spilling out or something, you know what I mean? I just, like, maybe it's just because, like, when you're growing up in America, you just see, like, I feel like Hooters has probably been in some movie somewhere before, or, like, you know, a similar thing, right? And the tops are just so low cut. But, yeah. I am looking for the booba. I feel like there is, yeah. Wait, 100, I thought you were, you know what the doctor said. I thought you were from America. I think it's just because you just talk like such a young person that memes a lot. And I was just like, an American. Anyway, but yeah, so we got in line for Zipangu, we got in the general line for Zipangu, and then we were just like looking up stuff on the Reddit, because I think at this point we were in line, and I think it was around like 3 or like 3:15 or 3:30 or something. And then my friend was like, well, it's fine, like we're not really like, because they wanted to just see, not just see, but they mainly wanted to see the people that were like the second band onwards, starting with like 10 foot. Is it 10 foot or 10 feet? I think it's 10 feet. They want to see like 10 feet to like Chagmina, and then like, you know, the other people, like Man with a Mission, blah blah blah, until I think like Atarashi Gakko. I think they weren't a fan of them, but like hadn't listened to their music before, so then they were like not as familiar with them. So they were like, I don't mind this one, or I don't mind like if we're in like the pit for that or not, etc. But yeah, so what wound up happening is like I also mentioned, I was like, oh, but like it said like the performances start at 3:30, and they were like, what? And I was like, yeah. And then I like showed them like the schedule, and then there was like artist named Teddy Lloyd, and they were like, he wasn't on there before. So what happened, I guess, is like they just like randomly were able to get like Teddy Lloyd, which I feel like I've heard his name before, but I'm not like familiar enough to like remember what his music was. But like my friend was saying that he's like a Vocaloid artist or something, or like really known for Vocaloid stuff. But yeah, it was just like really bizarre, because like the concert doors I think opened around like 3 or 3:30, and then like the first act was scheduled to start, I think Hana is scheduled to start at like 3 or like 4:30 or something, but like with Teddy Lloyd they started him at like 3:30, and then it was like or like I don't know, it was just like something like that, right? And we were just like, well, what? How is everyone supposed to get in early enough to like, you know, be able to watch the starting parts of the concert, which is a pattern that we're going to talk about a little bit here. It's just like the logistics of this shit was kind of bad. Congrats on the first 100. But yeah, what's it called? It was just like odd, right? And I don't know, we were kind of worried. We were starting to get worried because we were just like, oh, like we're not in yet, and it's like this line is pretty long. It like snaked around the park near the Rose Bowl, and then it like, you know, looped around, and then like, you know, it was just like quite odd. And then like I think by the time we got in, it was like Hana had finished their set, and then it was like they're like, you know, preparing for like 10 feet's set next. So we were actually able to get pretty good spots once we were in, but it was still just like odd, you know. It was just like weird of like, why did they not, I don't know, it was like, why did they start this shit so early, or like, and then not like open the doors earlier too. Like the bands were great, but it was just like, it was just a bit odd, because I think like, if anything, because I've gone to like 2 Ado concerts before, and like a lot of people in line had like Ado merch, and like that's what I had expected, but it just like reminded me of the last 2 times I did go to see Ado. And then like, you know, the first time when I saw her, I think it was in LA, and that was actually like pretty fine. I think the merch line was shit, but I think it was pretty fine. But like when I saw her again, like it took like I think like it took like over an hour to get into the concert hall, or to the concert stadium. I don't remember what it was, but it was just really bizarre because like it was like the concert was supposed to have started at like let's say like 7 p.m. or something, but like over half the line was not, like they didn't even open the doors on time. So then like I think the concert wound up happening 1 or 2 hours later than it was actually supposed to. So we were just like, what the fuck is happening? So it kind of just like reminded me of that, of just like how like there wasn't enough time for people to come in. So like they delayed all the sets, but that didn't happen with Zipangu. They just like kept going on schedule, and then like like it's fine because it's like like they were going to end already at 11 p.m. But it was just like really weird. Of just like, why would you, like the tickets for this were not really cheap either. It was like $150 or something for like the cheapest ticket, and it was just like a little weird. Aunt, can I say something? You can always say something. Just don't say anything that'll get you timed out or banned. But yeah, so like it was a little weird, but yeah, it was fine. But yeah, so we found a good spot on the grass for 10 feet. It was kind of like near the front, which was really nice. Like, and the people that were near us were really nice too. The guys who were behind us were actually super loud. So that wasn't the best. I don't know if they were being a little bit racist, which like, or if they were just trying to, or if they just thought they were being funny, but it was just a little weird. I don't know. It's like when like people like shout at the artists like things that they think are funny. I don't know. It wasn't like outwardly racist, like, or it's like very like calling them racist things or whatever. It was just like a little bit like, oh, okay, it's just a little weird, but okay, bye. But yeah. What if she does 6-7 with the shadow hands? It just looks like this. I heard that the Pope did 6-7 actually. I keep getting like extra conscious of it. It's so bad. Anyway, but yeah, so I was like looking at the, like when we were in line to get into the concert hall too, or the concert grounds or the festival grounds or whatever it's called. We were like looking at what's it called? We were looking at the merch shop too, because they updated it actually with like merch from Man with a Mission, and then Atarashi Gakko, Hana, and then Ado. The Ado merch I had seen a couple days before I got there, because I think Ado had posted it or something, or like her social media team had posted it, and I'd seen it on the Ado subreddit. It was so funny actually, because whenever I would search Zipangu on Reddit, it would usually be some topic that was brought up in the Ado subreddit, and I think it's just because like the Ado subreddit was so popular. Honestly, I feel like I overheard while I was at the concert too that there's like an Ado Discord or something. I feel like if I should have joined it probably, because then I would have maybe had not done what I had done at the concert, which you will hear in a short second. So what happened was, right, is like we were looking at merch. My friend really wanted the Man with a Mission shirt, and like the pin. And then for me, I was like, oh, like they added like a Yappies for like the Japanese like festival coat style thing for Zipangu, and I was like, oh, it's kind of cute. Like I have like a couple from like volunteering, or like I have one I think from like a Shoto one, and like I don't personally wear them like a lot, like on day-to-day basis, but they're like fun to wear to conventions, like fun to wear to conventions, or like I think it would also be fun to wear like around the house sometimes if it's like summer, but then sometimes a little cold or something like that, or I don't know, it's just like a little fun, it's like a little cute, a little festive, blah blah, right? So and then like when we first got in there, like 10 Feet hadn't started playing yet, so we were just taking pictures, and I was like thinking and debating about like the merch a bit more, and then I was like, I'll just go like after like the 10 Feet like performance happens, right? Because I kind of just wanted a little bit more time to waffle and think about like what merch I wanted to buy, because I was like, I saw another guy who's already wearing the Yappies, and I was kind of just like, oh, I don't really know if I like the fabric because it looks a little bit heavier than what I think I would like, etc. Just like different things like that, right? So I was like waffling on it a little bit, And then I was like, okay, like I'll just go and I'll just go and like, you know, like after the 10 feet thing, like I was like, okay, I'll just go and buy the merch. I'll just go like stand in line and buy the merch. Oh my god. So what happened? Oh shit. Oh, add in progress. That means a shit break and water break for me as I collect my thoughts. So merch line, yikes. And like while I'm just doing this, and while we're in ad break, like let me actually go on my nose too. Let me mute. Oh my god, my nose. But yeah, so we have like a minute left, but it's fine. So basically what happened was though, if you couldn't already tell from like the line situation out the front and them adding last minute shit, right? Like the last minute merch, the last minute artist ad, etc. It just seemed like the logistics, and then the last minute shuttle stuff too. It just seemed like some of the logistics or just some of the shit like wasn't like it just like wasn't organized very well. It was just a little odd. So what happened next is I went to the merch line and I was like, you know, like when I was looking at it, it didn't seem too bad at first. And then I got in, or what's it called? I had to go like looking around for it, right? Because it's like, you know, a whole festival grass area, blah, blah. Like the merch stand is over here. It's like a huge thing. The stage is over here. Entrance is over here. Just like food over there, blah, blah. So the merch stand is over here. So I like, you know, made my way over like to the merch area. I saw like a line and then I was like, I saw this guy holding like a post, right? That was like a sign. Oh, like line starts here. And I was like, okay. And I like asked the guy, I was like, so is this the line for like merch? And then he was like, are you an SVIP? And basically what had happened is like the way Zipangu did their like tickets was they did general like $150, VIP, which gets you like faster, like in faster, and then like a little bit of like a merch bundle, blah blah, and then like special like VIP areas or whatever, right? And then they had SVIP. Like I think VIP was already around like $400 or $300 or something like that. But SVIP I think was around $500. And like SVIP came with like a bunch of shit too, like a bunch of merch. Like it came with like a bento box and like a cooler bag or some shit. I don't know. It was just like a lot. I was like, I don't need that, and that's also a lot of money. I was like, I don't know you. But yeah, so needless to say, I was like not forking over that much money for it. So I was like, no, and he was like, oh, okay, well, the general line the general line starts over there. So I was like, okay, and like at the same time, like this other guy, like joined me, or not joined me, but like this other guy was also lurking for the merch line, and then we like go over to like a different line, and I think that guy too was like, yeah, no, this isn't the merch line, this is the VIP merch line or whatever. And it was like, okay. He's like, the general line is over there. So then me and this guy like start making our way over to like you know, like this to the other line, right? And like, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, like, are you looking for the merch too? Okay, like I'm gonna follow you because well, you seem chill. Like dude had like the funniest like cat, like he had like a cat like shirt on or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, you're chill. So yeah, so me and this guy, like we like walk over to the merch line for general, and that shit snaked. It was so fucking long. It was like, holy fuck, is this a tapeworm? This is so fucking long. Like what the fuck? So anyway, like, you know, we were like, you know, because I've seen long lines before. Like when I went to a Fall Out Boy concert before, like they had a super long line, but like, you know, like usually you're in and out at least like, you know, max like an hour and a half or something. I think the auto merch line, like when I went, I think like that line was maybe like 2 hours or something, or like an hour and a half, something like that. You know, it wasn't too bad. I got in this line around like 4 or like 4:30 or something, right? So it's like, okay, like, you know, that's a couple sets. Like I'll be like back with my friend, like, you know, like after like a couple sets, like I'll be back with my friend. It'll be fine. If you haven't gotten the hint about what happened yet from the line outside and the last minute shit. Are you in for a treat? So, at least the merch line had like good views of like the concert. You could see the acoustics were good. You could still hear everything, and then they had like the big panels of like the cameras, and then it was like a big panel, and then like some smaller side panels on the side, and you see like just different video feed of the artists that are singing, and it was so good. It was like, wow, they're so cool, blah blah blah. So I didn't really feel like I was missing out on the concert. So I was like, this is fine, blah blah blah, I'm fine, like it's like fun, etc. This sounds so capitalism coded. It is very capitalism coded, because not only did they have those like tiers, they had like tier 1, tier 2, and then people had to tell like other people, like they were like, only buy tier 1, buy the lowest tier, because the tiers literally mean nothing. It just means that like they're just trying to trick people into paying more. It was just so stupid. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, so like I forgot who was after. I think it was like Chanmina who went up after 10 feet, and oh my god, she's so pretty. She's so cool. Oh my god, when I grow up I want to be like her. I don't even know how old she is, but she was so cool. Also, I loved her tweets. She was amazing. There's so many videos and like tweets about like all the performances on Twitter, so if you're curious, like just go look them up over there, because I also like didn't film like anything. I like barely have any photos because I was like, I'll be back at the front soon, and then like some of the performers like for Man with a Mission and Ado, like you're not supposed to film or take pictures. Didn't fucking stop people like from taking pictures anyways, or like filming video anyway during their sets. I was like, are you guys stupid? I don't know. It was just so rude. I don't know. I was just like, what are you doing? Like literally like they had like these big like signs like in between or like before they went up that was like, please don't record, blah blah blah, etc etc. And it's just like for Ado especially, it's like that's her whole thing. It's like you're not supposed to take video, especially during her concerts, and that's why she's in like her like Ado box. But yeah, I'll talk about that more later. It just like pissed me off a little bit about how like stupid and like inconsiderate and just like rude people were being. I don't know, it's just weird. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, so Chanmina, there's like a couple acts that come and go. They're all really good. And then like the line is like moving like a little bit. And then it's kind of funny because like, everyone in line can see the stage. So we're all just like, this is like the stage here. We're all just facing this way, even if we're going this way in the line, because the line is curving, right? Like everyone is facing this way. So sometimes the line will move, but then the guy over here will not see that the other people are leaving him behind. And then like someone will have to tap them on the shoulder, or like they'll like realize like a minute or two later, and they'll like be like, oh, and then they'll catch up to the other people, and then the rest of the line will catch up afterwards. So it was kind of just funny how that kept happening. Like throughout the entire concert, that was just like nonstop would just happen, even till the very end. Catch that, even till the very end. So what wound up happening is like, like Chanmina, her set comes and goes, and talk to my friend like in between sets, like how things are going, blah blah blah. And then like, oh, how are things looking, etc etc etc. I'm like, oh yeah, everything's fine, blah blah blah. And then a couple more sets come and go, and it's just like, okay, I've been in this line for a couple of hours now, and I am nowhere near the fucking front. And it is possibly at this point, right, where I should have been like, fuck this bullshit. Also prefacing, I had a great time. I had a great time at this concert. But okay, but me and Cat Guy, right? Me and Cat Guy are like, like chatting back and forth, blah blah blah. He was like, oh yeah, I'm here like with my wife, blah blah, like we came all the way for this concert, etc etc, like we've been here all week, but we came here for this, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh my god, Cat Guy, you're so nice, etc. And I was like, yeah, like I'm here with my friend, blah blah. And then like, oh my god, this merch line, etc. It felt kind of bad because I could tell that Cat Guy started getting annoyed like a couple hours in. And I don't know what I was on that day because I was kind of just like chilling. I was just kind of like, I felt kind of bad for having basically abandoned my friend for the merch line. But I also was kind of just like, oh, well, I really want, like, I think I had kind of resolved, like, cause like Adol, like they had the concert specific merch apparently. Adol had like a bandana that I really like cause I'm like really into bag stuff. So I was like, oh, I really want to get the bandana so I can tie it on my bag. And I really want to get like, what's it called? The Zipangu hoodie, and I was originally gonna order that online, but I was like, since I'm here, I can order it, blah blah. I wanted to get like my friend's stuff, and then just like a couple other things, and like the list actually was quite long of like what I wanted to get. So like for me, it was worth it to stay in line so I could get what I wanted. But you know, my line buddy, cat guy, like wound up leaving, and I was like, you know, like, hey, like we've been in this together. Like if I get to the front, like, you know, just like tell me what you want, like I can get it for you, I don't care, like I don't mind. So we became online friends. And then yeah, like he was like, oh my god, thank you, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. Like you, like dude, like literally came from the East Coast, like you need to go enjoy this festival and concert with your fucking wife. Like please go and don't be here alone, like be with your wife, man. I'm just like, if I had a significant other, sweating. Oh my god, I'm so single. Anyways, actually I was like oh my god, I love my outfit from the day. But anyways, I was wearing like some rings today actually, and I had like one on my left hand on like my ring finger, I guess is what this is. And I also had like one on like my pinky and like, you know, my other finger, blah blah blah. My friend's roommate was like, are you married? And I was like, no. And I was like, why? And she was like, oh, it was like you just have like a ring on your like on your wedding finger. And I was like, oh fuck, is that what that one is? I was like, oh shit. Because they were like, yeah, and it looks kind of fancy, so I thought it was a wedding band. I was like, no, I'm not married, I'm single. Anyways, fuck yeah. Fuck. But yeah, it was just so stupid. But yeah. Sorry, it just reminded me of that. Anyways, so I was like, okay, I'm in this line, now my chat buddy's gone. And I was just like updating my friends about what was happening, blah blah. Like I have some friends in Japan, so they were like sending us pictures, and then I was just sending them pictures, and like my other friend was sending them pictures of like the concert and blah blah blah. And then, you know, this happens for the next couple of sets. Is that like, you know, the line will slowly move a little bit at a time and then stop. And then it'll move a little bit at a time and then stop. And then like there's so many fucking rows of all of this fucking like bullshit, right? Of like all these people that I'm just like, okay, I can't tell necessarily if those are people who are in the merch line or if they're just like chilling on the grass being part of the crowd, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's just set up in a way where it's like, are you here for the merch too? What the fuck? Me too. Oh no, you're not here for the merch, you're just here to chill. Fuck, cool. That means the merch line is shorter. Fuck it. Apparently all those people were there for the fucking merch. It was fucking nuts. And I was also semi-confused because I kept seeing people in line for the general merch that were wearing the Zipangu Happy or like Zipangu merch already. And I was like, this is really weird because if you're wearing merch from here, then like, and like the Happy especially is event exclusive merch, so it's not going to be sold, like it wasn't sold previously before the concert, and it wasn't going to be sold after, you know, after the concert anyway. So the only way they could have gotten it is if they had bought it at the concert. And like I thought, like, you know, while I was watching 10 Feet with my friend, there were people who had already like had like, you know, the Adol bandana or like the Zipangu hoodie or the Zipangu Happy. So I was like, oh, okay, the line, like people are getting through the line, like, you know, like they got in like and got out from the line fast, right? Wrong. What happened is what I read on Reddit is apparently the SVIP and VIP lines only had Zipangu merch. They didn't sell Adol merch. So everyone who was in the fucking SVIP and VIP lines had to pick up their merch from SVIP and VIP, then go into the merch line and then fucking buy the artist merch that they wanted, And that's part of why the line was so fucking long, and why some of the people already had merch from like Zipangu itself already, because they had to go into a second line to like get their merch. It was fucking nuts. But yeah, so anyways, all like, you know, sets keep coming and going, and then like, you know, my friend just keeps asking me in between updates. I'm just like, oh, you know, like, how's it going? I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm fine. Like, luckily I had eaten and I like didn't need to go to the bathroom that bad, and we were both talking about how we did not want to go into the porta potties because, oh my god, that shit looks disgusting. But yeah, so like, you know, Man with the Machine, like, you know, they played, and I was like, when we were talking with my friend in line, I was telling them like life shit, and just like, you know, we were just chatting about Zipangu and then just like other shit, right? We were just catching up. And then I was telling them, because like recently I've been listening to more like music, because I bought a ticket for an artist I like called Julia Wolf. And then I was also just like thinking about concerts I go to or have gone to in general in the past. And I've been to like, I think I mentioned this before, I've been to Fall Out Boy concerts, I think it's 3 times. Like 3 times in my life, I've been to Fall Out Boy concerts. And like, I think that Fall Out Boy is like one of my favorite bands, or not one of my favorite bands. I think Fall Out Boy is my favorite band. So I'm like, definitely like, next time they do a tour, I am going to make sure I go again, because I just like, it's just such a good, they're just such a good like band to see live, because they sound exactly the same. They're just so good. They have so much energy. Like the vibes are great, etc. It's just I just love Fall Out Boys. Anyways, my friend was saying that Man with a Mission, like I probably like Man with a Mission because they have a similar vibe to Fall Out Boy in terms of like they play they play rock or whatever. But yeah, so like when it was so funny, the minute Man with a Mission came on, I was like, oh, okay, it's the band that my friend likes. And then they played one song, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy their shirt too. I'm gonna buy their shirt and their pin too, because my friend was like, like they were like, I already have this shirt, but like in white, and I'm like, I want to get it in blue. I'm like, I just like them that much. And I was like, after one song, I was like, yeah, I'm hooked. Okay, like yeah, I'll get one too. I'm like, this band is amazing. And then, oh my god, every song they played was so good. It was so hype. And then, oh my god, they I think one of the later songs they played in their set was like the minute that the music started, I was just like, my head was like, what? And my head just like went up. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, I know this song. Like I've listened to this song a shit ton before. I was like, what? Like what the fuck? I was like thrown the fuck off. And it was like Database from Log Horizon. It's like the Log Horizon opening. I fucking love that song. And I was like, I knew all the lyrics for that song. I was like, that's crazy. And I was just like, I just turned into like, I sent a GIF in the server of like, you know, those like kids where like that guy, one guy's just like standing and all his friends are going crazy in the background, like, oh, like holding their hand, like their head in their, oh my god, head reveal, wow, head silhouette. Like they're holding their head in their arms and shit like that. And then, like that was literally me at this band. Like I was just like, not the kid in the front. It's like I'm all the guys in the back going fucking crazy. That was me. I was like, oh my fucking god. I was so hyped. I was just like I was so happy. And it was so funny too because the singer from like 10 Feet also came on, and I didn't realize that Database like has Takuma, who is from 10 Feet, like as like a collaborator on the song. So I was like, oh, like that guy from 10 Feet's up there, that's so cute, blah blah blah, like, oh, he knows the lyrics, wow, that's so cute, etc. And I just like didn't know that like apparently they were like he is like actually on the song officially. I was just so confused. I was like, oh wow, it's so cute, wow, music and whatnot. But yeah, it was just like, I don't know, oh my god, it was so amazing, it was so good. The other funny thing, I guess, about like Man with a Mission, so Man with a Mission is like one of the bands that you're not supposed to film and record. And like it was so funny because my friend was telling me about them in the line, and like Man with a Mission is like furries. They have like these wolf heads that they wear while they're on stage. It was so cute. Oh my god, I was like like whenever like they had the camera like showing the band, they would like have like this clip of like the like showing like just like the hat part that was just really cute. Every time they popped it up, I was like, oh my god, this is so cute. Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know, I just like fucking lost it at that song though. I was just like, oh my god. I just like, I can't go too loud because I'm in a hotel, but I was just so happy. It was so good. Oh my god, I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, this made everything worth it. I was like, oh my god. But yeah, oh my god, it was so good. Anyway, yeah, also I feel like the ones that made like the most impact on me, honestly was like Chanmina, because she was just so fucking cool, and then Man with a Mission and Atahashi Gakko, because I never seen them before. I think I might have heard their music before, and I know like my friends are fans of them, but I just like hadn't heard their stuff or like watched their performances before. I think I watched an AMV or two, but that's it. But oh my god, their performance was fucking insane too. But yeah, anyways, continuing on. You know, it like I think Man with a Mission, after Man with a Mission, I think was Atarashi Gakko. Actually, let me pull out the did I buy that shirt? So after Man with a Mission, see, I bought their can I show it? I bought their towel, their hand towel thing. Drops. I bought their hand towel thing, which is spoiler, I guess, if you haven't figured it out. I did get to buy merch. But yeah, so after Man with a Mission, I think it was Yuki Chiba. I was still in line for merch during Man with a Mission and Yuki Chiba, and then I think at this point too, like around when Yuki Chiba is up there, is when there were like two guys and like this little kid who were in front of me, right? What's it called? Actually, was it Man with a Mission? So after Man with a Mission, it was Yuki Chiba, and then also I'm sitting back down again. Yeah. On how we pick it up without hands reveal. You know what we do is we just like take this water bottle and then we just slide it off like this. Just kidding. But we can leave it here right now. Anyways, but with Yuki Chiba, right, is like my friend was like checking in on me. They were like, you know, are you okay? Like, do you need food? Like, blah blah blah. Like, you know, like once you're back, you know, like I can be the one that like grabs this food, blah blah blah, right? And I was like, okay, like it's fine, don't worry about it. Cause like originally, right, I was like, the plan was I was gonna get the merch. And then I was like, yeah, and then on my way back from merch, I can go and grab us food, etc. Like, you know, everything, like we had a plan. The plan seemed fine. The plan seemed solid. Everything seemed like, oh, everything was fine, right? It was just a merch line that was a fucking disaster. But yeah, so at this point though, because I do be a person that likes to stay hydrated. So even though I hadn't drank anything since I got into the concert hall, even though I hadn't had anything to drink since I got into the concert hall, you know, it was already like 7 or 8 p.m. Okay, I had to go piss, girl. I was like, maybe I can hold it. And then I was like I think it was like during Man with a Mission or something like that. Like, and also like, you know, like the guy who I was like, you know, made friends with, you know, we were like, you know, if you need to go to the bathroom, like I'll hold your spot, etc., vice versa, blah blah, right? And then you know, I hadn't talked to the two guys that were in front of me and their kid. Like, you know, I didn't talk to them the entire time basically, but like, you know, just like we were like like line solidarity, man. We have been here for 4 hours. We've been standing here next to each other for 4 hours. That means something, okay? It means something in this society. We've been suffering together for this long, okay? So I was like, I was telling my friend, I was like, I'm pretty confident that, like, I can ask people around me, like, if I can go to the bathroom, right? The only problem is, right, is the merch line is, like, this is so fucking far back because it's so fucking long that the merch line is in the back next to all the porta potties. And I think the actual bathrooms, now that I think about it, I think the actual bathrooms were outside of the gate to leave the venue, which it's like, okay, obviously I'm not leaving the venue in order to go to a real bathroom. Anyway, oh my fucking god, I hate porta potties. Hint, I had to go to the bathroom in a porta potty. I asked the guys that were in front of me, I was like, yo, like, also at this point, the sun had set. It was fucking dark there, man. Like, it was like, okay, like, it is nighttime, there are streetlights here, there are streetlights there, but it was fucking dark, okay? Like, I should have just, like, gave up on this, like, I'm gonna get into, like, through the merch line first, and then I can go to the bathroom after. I should have given up on that. I should have given up on that fact, like, way earlier, because you know fucking what? That didn't fucking happen. What happened was, I think at Yukichuba, I was just like, okay, I just need to go to the bathroom. It looks like we're gonna be here. I don't necessarily care if I'm in this line, because, like, my friend was also like, it's fine if we don't get the man with a mission shirt. Like, I don't really need the merch. Like, I'm not super into it. But I was fucking committed, okay? Like, I was like, I want the merch. I was like, it would be nice to have, like, the event exclusive merch that was there, like the Happy or, like, the Ado merch, blah blah. Like, I was like, I put too much shit onto that, like, that bandana from Ado. I was like, really, I don't need this. Anyways, so I was resolved to stay in line. I asked the guys in front of me, I was like, hey, like, I really need to go to the bathroom. Actually, I didn't say it like that. I was like, hey, if I go to the bathroom, can you guys save my spot? And they were like, yeah, for sure, man, I got you. And I was like, thank you. You are, a legit bro right now. Like, thank you. Even though you got, like, resting bitch face, not gonna lie. But yeah, like, I was like, thank you. I appreciate it. So I went to the bathroom and I was like, it's fine. It's a porta potty. I can deal. Like, I wore a skirt that, like, is, like, specifically, like, I know that skirt. I can pull it up and then, like, it's made of denim. So it stays up, and then, like, like, my shorts, I can, like, I can, like, basically I can do my business in the porta potty without having to touch a thing. And, like, without my pants touching the ground of this fucking disgusting porta potty. You know what I mean? Because I am germophobic as fuck. Oh my god, that fucking porta potty stink like shit. Anyway, okay. Anyways. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm, like, gagging just thinking about it. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, sorry, one second. I need to blow my nose. My sinuses, bro. My sinuses. Okay, I'm back. My sinuses have cleared. Okay, so what happened, right, is I go towards the porta potties, right? I go towards these fucking porta potties, and then I'm like, okay, we're gonna do what we came here to do. We're gonna go fucking piss girl. I was, like, a little scared. I was like, there are so many people here. There are so many porta potties. Like, everyone's eating, everyone's drinking, blah, blah, blah. Like, what if there's a line for the bathroom? And also at this point, too, I was a little worried because, like, part of the reason why I didn't want to lead the line before getting merch is because the sun had already set and it was so fucking dark. I was kind of worried that I wouldn't be able to find the guys that I was in, like, behind. And I wouldn't be able to get back in line, which honestly at this point, it probably would have been a sign from God that I wasn't able to go back in line. Unfortunately, what did happen was I went to the bathroom. There wasn't a line, at least thank God. But it was fucking pitch black over there, okay? And the way I didn't realize this until I saw someone open the door of a porta potty. But there are no lights in that bitch. Like, that shit is pitch black. There's a skylight in that porta potty, but the sky fucking has no sun. where the fuck are you supposed to, how the fuck are you supposed to see? So what happened is I took my phone, I turned on the flashlight, and I shoved it into my bag, because my bag is like a clear bag, because, you know, it's a concert, they want to make sure everyone's safe, blah, blah, blah. I got a clear bag. Otherwise, like, I don't know. They didn't even follow their fucking rules for, like, their own shit. I don't know. It's fine. Anyway, so I got a clear bag, and I put my phone in the clear bag so I could see the light, you know? The light was shining down on me. Wow, yay. Actually, it was shining up at me because it was at my crotch. Anyway, so I get in this fucking porta potty. When I opened the door, overwhelming smell of piss. It was so bad. It was so stinky. But you know what's worse? Is I had to close the fucking door. I had to close the fucking door so I could have some privacy and lock that shit. So now I'm trapped in this fucking piss smelling ass shit fucking bathroom. And it smells so fucking terrible. But, like, you know, a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. I had business to take care of, okay? I had to go piss girl. So, you know, I, like, you know, also, oh my god, the person wasn't, like, the person who was in there, like, before me, like, had, like, toilet paper that covered the toilet seat, which I'm like, okay, girl, me too. At the same time, though, bro, can you put that shit into the porta potty? The hole is right there. It is literally right there. Like, can you not? Like, what are you doing? Like, at least, like, clean up after yourself. What the fuck are you doing? Anyway, so I, like, you know, I gingerly take a piece of toilet paper. I, like, you know, pick up the toilet paper. I put it away into the pit of the toilet. So my flashlight, I, like, you know, I'm just curious. Where's this smell coming from? Where is this, like, you know, enormous, like, gigantic smell of shit and piss coming from? What does it look like in there? How does a porta potty work? Actually, I don't really understand. You know, now that I think about it, I don't really know what a porta potty looks like on the inside, you know? So I was like, you know, I just like look in there. I, like, look in the hole. I, like, put my flashlight bag at the hole, right? Fucking just, like, piss and, like, you know, wet lumps of toilet paper, and I'm like, oh, perfect. Okay, so a porta potty is just a hole. It's just a hole. There's nothing down there. It's just a hole to put all the shit in. I was like, oh, okay. We're not hiding anything. I see how it works. Oh, I hate porta potties. Fuck this shit. It was so fucking smelly. Oh my god. It just, like, thinking about it makes me want to gag again. Oh my god. It was so fucking bad. Fuck this bullshit. So, you know, I'm not putting my ass down on that fucking toilet seat. That shit was nasty as fuck. So, at least it was dry. So, I took the toilet paper and I put, like, 2 layers of toilet paper. Because there's no way this porta potty is getting clogged anyways. Because it's just a fucking hole in the fuck. It's a fucking hole. I'm gonna fucking die. This porta potty is just a hole. So I put down, like, you know, 2 layers of toilet paper. Make sure that my ass is not gonna fucking touch this bitch. I even kind of wanted to just hover, but I was scared that, like, you know, I would miss. So I, like, was like, okay, like, fuck this shit. And I sat down. Thank God my ass did not fucking make contact with that bullshit. That shit was fucking gross. Oh my god, that shit was nasty. Anyway, sorry if anyone here is like, you know, oh my god, like, bathroom, disgusting. Me too. But, you know, reality, I had to deal with it. We had business to take care of, okay? This girl had to go to the bathroom. But yeah, anyway, it was very short, very sweet. Actually, not that sweet. Very short, very stinky, but not because of me. But I'm sure I did contribute to it or something. Oh, sorry, I did not see your sinus update. My sinuses are okay. It's kind of, I feel like my sinuses are very similar to how they are at home. So, like, when I'm talking, I do get a little clogged. Actually, they're starting to get clogged again right now. But I think it's, like, a combination of my posture, being dehydrated, and my allergies. But yes, there's your sinus update for now. Anyways, back to this piss and shit bathroom. I fucking hate porta potties. Oh my god. I never knew. Like, I feel like, you know, it's like sometimes, like, there's something that you know that you don't like, but you haven't experienced it in a way, like, enough for yourself that, like, you know, it's like, if you do not truly know something, can you really hate it in the same way? Now I feel like I can truly state and write an essay on why I hate porta potties. Anyways, going on. What else happened with this porta potty? I don't even remember, man. It was just so bad. I wasn't even in there for that long. I remember what the other thing was. So because the concert was outside, usually I mask. Oh my god, my nose. Usually I mask quite a lot. Especially at concerts, but because this was an outdoor festival and like there was like quite a bit of space and like distancing, I didn't really feel the need to wear my mask a lot of the time. I should have fucking broke that shit out for this porta potty specifically. I fucking went and raw dogged that shit for no fucking reason. I literally had 2 masks. I had an N95 in my bag. I had a KN95 in my pocket. I think I was just panicking because I was scared I wasn't going to make it back to the merch line. That shit, I should not have raw dogged that shit. If anything, that is the biggest thing that you should not raw dog is a fucking porta potty. That shit was disgusting. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Anyway, but yeah, so finished pissing in this porta potty, added my piss to the pot or some shit, and then I I used like a tissue to unlock the door, get myself the fuck out of there, and then I washed my hands at the washing hand station, blah blah, turned off my flashlight, and then I ran back over to the merch line because I was scared that I wasn't gonna get merch, or I wasn't gonna be able to find the two guys and then make it back into the merch line. Unfortunately, I did find them and I got back into my spot pretty easily. So now we continue. Did I receive my hydrate as well? Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry, let me hydrate. I do need to hydrate. Fuck! Yeah, unfortunately. You didn't even touch the handle? Fuck that shit. I'm not touching the fucking handle. The porta potty of doom and despair. Legit. Like, what's it called? Monokuma could not make a worse porta potty, okay? Like, his would probably have blades, but it probably wouldn't smell as bad, okay? Like, maybe I'll take the blades over the fucking piss and shit. Oh my god. That shit was fucking nasty. Oh my god. Anyway, okay. Sorry, I'm just still like, you didn't even touch the handle? Of course I'm not fucking touching that fucking handle. People, there's no fucking like, I don't know. Some girl was like, oh yeah, sorry. I think when she was coming out, she's like, oh sorry. Yeah, I was just like getting the hand sanitizer. I'm like, bitch, you just went in a porta potty. You're not gonna wash your fucking hands? You're gonna like use fucking hand sanitizer? What the fuck? If there's any point in time that you should be washing your hands after using the bathroom, it is after using a fucking porta potty. What the fuck are you on, girl? At the same time, I respect you as a woman, but you can make your own choices. But let's say, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Oh my god. People are nasty. That shit's disgusting. That's why I fucking don't touch anything in the bathroom. I always use a paper towel to open and close doors, to like push the soap dispenser, to open the faucets, everything. I am a fucking germaphobe, dude. Like know what? You cannot pay me to fucking touch that shit. That shit is fucking disgusting. Anyway, like I would probably, anyway. Oh my god. I would cry. I respect you as a woman. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyways. Oh my god. That shit was disgusting. Anyways. So yeah, we get back in the line. Yukichiba's doing his thing. There was a point, actually, I felt kind of bad. Oh my god, my camera, like my camera post-it, like came off again. Okay, well, it's fine because I'm not touching the... Actually, let me put my post-it over here too. That's not gonna do shit. 1 second. I'm paranoid. I'm clumsy as fucking. I'm paranoid. Here. Okay. Yay! I was just quoting what you said to that girl. Oh, I see. So you don't respect me as a woman? Is that what you're trying to say to me? Huh? No kidding. But yeah, I respect you. Okay, you saved it. Good job. Anyways, so I got back in this fucking line. Yukichiba's doing his thing. It was kind of funny because like my friend was saying how like Yukichiba was in like a Megan Thee Stallion like song, and I was like, oh, is it the one with Itadori Yuji's English voice actor where he's like, I like women with a nice body and a fat ass, like Megan Thee Stallion or something? I don't remember what it was, but it was something like that, right? And then they were like, what? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah. They looked it up and they were like, no, it's not that one. And I was like, oh, okay. Tall and a big ass, yeah. But yeah, what's it called? So I think there was like this point when he was doing his set where he was like doing this thing with no background music. There are probably clips of it. I don't know. There are probably clips of everything online. But my friend was like, oh yeah, like if you can understand the Japanese, like, you know, it's like actually quite touching, blah, blah, blah. And then for me, I was kind of just like, my brain is too dead right now. I can understand parts of it if I try, but I'm also just like, after Man with a Mission, which is very like rock, like yeah, like vibes, it was just a very fast and weird mood shift that I like wasn't quite equipped to handle at the moment. So I was kind of just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But it was very funny because after this portion of just like very, you know, like, I don't know if it's spoken word, but you know, like more just like it felt kind of experimental. Just like, I don't really know what the fuck was going on, honestly. Like, no disrespect, but I was just like, I don't really know what's happening. But after that portion, he like went into this song that was kind of more just like traditionally like, yeah, like headbanger. So it was funny because I saw these guys in line that were just like man standing emoji, and then like the minute that he like swapped over to like the more like traditional stuff, they were like, yeah. They were like going fucking nuts and whatever. So that was a very funny mood shift, and I was like, okay, like now I see, like, yeah, if it's this, I would jam to it too. But yeah, so that was very amusing. What else happened? So after Man with a Mission, after Yuichiba, I think at that point it's Atarashi Gakko. And they were fucking amazing. They were really good. I can see, like, I feel like that's, I think, a little bit of where I could kind of start feeling a little bit of, like, not necessarily regret, but I was like, oh, like, if I was in the crowd, like, it would be a bit cooler, I think, like if I was in the crowd versus over here, right? So like I still also like wasn't, you know, willing to give up on the merch because I was getting closer, and like I was like, oh, okay, like it's fine. But yeah, so a little bit of a hint of regret there. I think after Man with a Mission, let me actually pull up the set list. Also, I do need to go to sleep at some point soon because it turned 1. Let me see, where's the schedule? Lineup info, about FAQ. Let me look. Zipangu schedule. Lineup, ticket general info. I'm sure there's a picture somewhere. Oh yeah, here. Yeah, so it was, actually it was Atarashi Gakko and then Yukichiba. It wasn't Yukichiba and then Atarashi Gakko. But yeah, so I think it was like after Atarashi Gakko, that's where I went to the bathroom, and then it was Yukichiba. But anyway, but the Atarashi Gakko set was like really, really good. It was really cool. So I can understand, like, I think my friends were trying to get tickets for it, like earlier this year or like sometime or something. And I was kind of just like, oh, I don't really know their music too well, so I'm just like, you know, I'm gonna pass. There's a little bit of regret now, but I'm also just like, you know, I'm pretty sure like they're popular enough that I do know friends that have gone to one of their concerts in the past like couple years. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure hopefully they'll come again at some point, and I'll just try to get tickets for that or something. But yeah, I think that's like where like I had a little bit of like regret of just like, oh, okay, like maybe I shouldn't have like been in this merch like that long. Anyway, so at this point it's like Atarashi Gakko went, Yukichiba went, and then my friend is also just like, okay, like how is the line looking? And I was like, they were just like, do you think you're going to be okay, like in terms of like getting out before the event ends, like before like everything ends? And I was kind of just like, I think so, because I was like getting closer to the front. It was so stupid because they had like metal barricades, but like it was like they barely like maybe had like 5 or 10 rows of like the metal barricades, but then there were like so many other like people lined up, and I was in like the non-barricade section the entire time until around like Yukichiba, and then around Yukichiba is when like those 2 guys like dipped, and then like, or like one of the guys and like Kid dipped, and then this other guy, and then this other like, and then this girl, or like the other guy, and then this girl came and joined the other guy, and then they wound up like swapping. So like I guess he like left, and then she wanted stuff still, so she stayed in the line. And then like, you know, I was like, you know, chatting and socializing with her, and we got along and whatever. and that was fine, and that was cool, and that was fun. But yeah, I was like telling her, I was like, yeah, like really, like I've seen Ado twice already, like live, like at her own concerts, so I'm not like too bummed if like I'm like, you know, sitting or like standing over here versus like being in the crowd, which is true. But at the same time, I do think that, okay, well, anyway, let me finish this first. So basically during the entire Ado set, sorry, you guys are seeing my post-it goals. Anyway, it's fine. I don't think I need this actually. But yeah. So anyway, the whole time I was kind of just like, yeah, it's kind of fine. Like I don't really care too much about like not being in the front or whatever, like near my friend for the Adol set, because I've already seen her live twice, etc. Like I've seen most of like what she's saying. Like I've seen a lot of it. Like I'm very happy with like the 2 times I've been able to see her in concert. So I wasn't too bummed about it. But yeah, so Ado's like set is like the longest, because I think she's like the closer, and I think like she is like probably the one that a ton of people like she has like a ton of fans basically. So people are like super hyped for her, especially. And her set lasts like from 9:40 to 10:40, so it's like basically a whole hour. And I was like, okay, I think like I will get to the front of this line by that time, but also like I'm getting close enough to the front where I'm able to see like what they have on the wall, right? And I'm like noticing, I'm like, they don't have the bandana, it seems. They don't have the man with the mission shirt. I couldn't see any of the Atarashi Gakko like stuff either. I just saw like some of the Ado shirts. I saw the Zipangu stuff, and then I saw like the Hana merch too. And I was like, okay, well, like maybe like Copium, right? I was like, maybe they have it like on like the ground floor or whatever, like, you know, like maybe they have it, but it's in the back wall. This is like different things, right? I was like, Copium, okay, like maybe it's on the table or whatever. So, you know, like Ado is like playing her set. You know, we actually have like a pretty okay view of her in her box, because for those who don't know, like Ado doesn't show her face. Actually recently she did like a face reveal kind of, where she showed like the sides of her face, like the profile and whatnot. And like she starred in like her own like music video, because usually she's just like, you know, just like this, where she's like a tootie girl basically, right? And like, yeah, so when she does her live performances, there's like this like Ado like box where she's like in this like this black gridded like caged box where you can't really see inside, but you can see like her silhouette, so you can see her like dancing and whatnot. It's so cool, it's so fun. But yeah, so like, you know, I'm like, I've already seen this before, etc. Like it's fine. But yeah, but like as time goes on, it's like I think like 20 minutes of her set passes, like, you know, the line is actually moving quite fast. I also did see people leave the line, and I think it's because they wanted to see Ado like, you know, closer to the front and whatnot, which is like, you know, totally valid. So I was like, oh, okay, like maybe like me and my friend were like, maybe the line will move faster now. So like I stayed in the line, and then you know, like Ado was like still playing her songs, etc. And then I finally like get to the front. It is like very close to the ending time of the concert. Like literally I think she is on her like the last or one of her last songs. I like get to the front, they're like out of the man with a mission stuff. Like I asked the guy when they sold out. He's like, yeah, we sold out at 8. At this point, it's like 10:30 or something, right? So they sold out 2.5 hours ago, the man with the mission stuff. They sold out of like the Ado bandana, they sold out of the Happy, they sold out of so much shit. And it's like they didn't update it anywhere, like on their app or whatever, or some shit. I'm just like, this is such like a fucking disaster. I'm like, what the fuck is up with this bullshit? It's like I stayed in this line for 6 hours basically, and like they sold out of most of the shit that I wanted, which is like fucked up. I don't know. I just felt really bad too, because I couldn't get my friend like the shirt and the pin that they wanted. And like, you know, I basically left my friend alone like the entire concert, or like the entire festival, which I felt like really bad about. even though, they were like, it's not like they were fine with it, because they were like, I just feel bad that you're like in the merch line and you're not up here. And I'm like, it's fine, like I don't really care too much, but I just like kind of feel bad about that, so I have like a little bit of regret there. But yeah, so anyways, I was able to buy my merch, and then I would like not zip line, I like beelined it towards like back towards my friend's like area, because like actually it was kind of bad, because like the crowd had become like quite dense, like denser than like it was before, but not as dense as the fucking Primals concert at FanFest. That shit was like, packed like sardines. So it was quite dense, but I'm very good at like weaving through crowds, so I was able to, and I'm also not very shy about being like, sorry, my friend's over there and you get through, etc. So I was just like, I like went back to the general area of where they were. I was like, hey, like are you like where? I was like, I got it, blah blah blah, like where are you, blah blah blah. Like we like like waved our light sticks at each other so we could find where each other was. And then literally I made it back to my friend for the last song of Ado's set. It was so funny, because like my friend had made friends with like the girls nearby and whatnot too, and they were like, oh, is your friend not back yet? And then they were like, you made it back, and I was like, yeah. Finally. I was like, fuck. It was so bad. But yeah, like we got to like jam out to the last Ado song together, which was really good. I don't remember what it was anymore because I'm just so fucking tired. But yeah, we got to jam out together. It was really fun. It was really cool. And then, we like made our way back. We made our way out. I also got the shirt for the line guy that I had like made friends with in line, and then I met up with them, gave them their shirt, and that was really fun. That was really nice. So I made a new friend, and they were like, if you ever need anything from like the East Coast, like let me know, hit me up, blah blah blah. So that was really cool. It was really fun. His wife was really nice too. And yeah, so that was like a really nice and bright moment. I don't know, it was so funny because my friend was like, you make friends so easily, which I'm like, I guess, maybe, I'm not sure. But it was because like I'd made friends like with people in line, so like with the cat guy, and then with the girl who like replaced the other guys, and then like it was still a really nice experience. And then what's it called, we like got the bacon wrapped hot dogs, because I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but because I think the guys from the East Coast was like, oh, this never really happens on the East Coast. So like what happens in like California, and this happened at like Anime a couple times too, and I think this happens at AX, it happens at a lot of events in California where there'll be like street vendors selling hot dogs, that they like bacon, like specifically like bacon wrapped hot dogs. Actually, shit, I like left behind my Gatorade at my friend's parents' house. Fuck. Anyway, it's fine. But yeah, so my friend like was like, let's like eat like something now, and like maybe by the time we eat something, like the situation around this area will have cooled down. So because originally we were planning on like walking down like to the parking lot, back into the city, because they were like, oh yeah, like it's like supposed to be like a 30-40 minute hike, but it's gonna be downhill, so maybe we'll be fine. But at this point it's like we're a bit tired, so we were like debating like, should we just ride share or should we like walk, etc. But yeah, so we got hot dogs, and this is like the first time we've eaten since like all day. My friend was like, I've been fine because I've had brunch, blah blah. And then for me, I was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I started getting hungry in line, but like I think when it hits a certain point, like for me, I just become kind of numb to the hunger. Also, I have like experience going to conventions quite a lot too, and then not having the opportunity to eat, or just like even at my like side job, sometimes I'm like working and I can't like go and like get food. So I have experience, unfortunately, like not drinking water or like eating for a long period of time. But oh my god, this hot dog was a godsend. So yeah, so we got hot dogs. I got like a bacon wrapped hot dog with like everything on it except for the mustard, and I got Gatorade, which I did not wind up drinking, and now it is at my friend's parents' place, so they can enjoy it, I guess. But yeah, so like for me, I was still kind of just like, I still want to eat something like more, because I'm like still I was still hungry because I like hadn't really eaten anything since breakfast. Like I had a small snack at the racetrack. I ate like a slice of pizza, my potato ball, and a cookie, but like that is not enough to sustain me. I knew I was gonna be up for like another like 2 hours packing or whatnot. So yeah, so we wound up going to like a Korean place nearby. Oh, also, yeah, so we sat down, we ate our hot dogs. We managed to find a place to get picked up from our ride share that was like, not too bad in terms of traffic, because the other thing was it was just like really dark at night because at this point it was like 12 something, right? And then like not as many people were walking down from the concert as we had expected. So we were just like, okay, like let's just go and what's it called? Let's just go and take a ride share. So we ride shared, and we went to like a Korean place nearby, and then I also get them to hunger and thirst. Unfortunately, you and me are the same. But yeah, so what happened next was like, yeah, we went down. We got like, because there were like two places. There was actually a friend of my other friend. I'm like, now that I think about it, I have quite a few friends that live in SoCal, but I just like I don't think I would ever move there. But yeah, so my other friend had actually given me a recommendation. He was like, yeah, this pizza place is really good. So I was like, oh, but I had pizza on Friday, and like I was like, I don't really want to get pizza, but it was like open until like 2 a.m. So I was like, oh, this is an option. But then there was also a Korean place nearby. But I was like thinking, because since I'm staying at my friend's parents' place, right? Like one of my friends, one of them would have to stay up in order to let me into the house, right? So I kind of felt bad. I was like, I don't really want to like make them stay up later than they have to. But then like I talked about it with my friend, and they were like, oh, it's fine, etc. Like just make sure that you can like take care of yourself and get food, and just let us know when you're gonna be back. And like one of my friends, like they were like they stay up late anyway, so they were like, I'll be up anyway. So I was like, okay. And then my friend I was with at the concert was like, if you eat if you get Korean food, then I'll eat with you. So I was like, okay, let's get Korean food, because I also was just like, I felt so bad. Like not only did I kind of like crave like Korean food or like some Asian food, right? Because like the whole festival, like there was like Asian food, there was like poke tacos, and like I don't know, there was all this shit that I was like, I wanted to eat it, but then like because of the fucking merch line, I couldn't, or I didn't get the chance to try it or eat it. Like I'm sure if the guys in line, because we were like the merch line was pretty close actually to the back food stalls. So if I had asked, I'm pretty sure that the guys I was next to would like let me in, like back into the line after I'd gotten food for myself. But I also just like, I don't know, I just like didn't really, I just like didn't feel that comfortable, and I also wasn't that hungry to do so. Also the food truck that was close by was like a pizza one. I was like, I don't really want to get pizza. But yeah, so we wound up getting Korean food. I got corn cheese, and then my friend got what's it called, seafood pancake, and I ate some. It was so good. I wanted to go back. But yeah, and then I also got the spicy tofu soup that I told you guys about earlier. That was not spicy enough. I think it was like slightly not spicy enough for me, and then also I think it needed some fish sauce or something. I don't know. It just like it was like missing like some kind of like under flavor to it. I don't know how to explain it, but I wish it was better. But it was still good. It was still good. Also, let me snooze ads. I think we'll try to end in the next like 10 minutes or so. And then that way we'll not have another ad. But yeah, so I don't know. All in all, it was really nice. I really was happy that I got the chance to like eat with my friend. Because I like hadn't been able to see them like the entire concert. Like since like the beginning of it, and I felt really bad. But it was just like really nice to be able to hang out with them. And I think like the lesson I learned, like honestly, I like even now, and then like at the concert itself, like I wasn't really too unhappy like with not being able to go like be in the front, and like the fact that I missed out on merch. Like I wasn't actually too upset about it. I'm a little bit salty, but I'm not that salty. But I think it is just because the lineup for the artists was fucking amazing. Like everyone who performed was amazing. The way that everyone sounded was great. Like, you know, like the spot I was in, like I could hear the music well, and like, you know, I could see, like I couldn't really see the performers on the stage itself like that well, but because I was able to see like the camera, like the main stage, and then the side panels, right? Like it was like good enough for me, and I think that is why I did stay in the merch line so long, is because I was like, you know, like I'm not really missing out on anything. I think if I had more of that FOMO, then I probably would have left earlier. But yeah, I think in reality, I think what I told the other guy was like, you left at the right time. You should have, like, I should have just left the line with you, honestly. I didn't tell the guy this too. I feel like a little bit of me was like, I don't want to give up because I don't want to let this stranger down. I was like, I already told this man that I would like help him out. I'm like, I don't want to let him down. Which I'm just like, you know, it's like, okay, it's a stranger. Like I'm sure like the guy like would have been fine even if like, you know, you didn't, you know, weren't able to get it, blah blah blah. But I don't know. I think it was just like internally, I was just like, I just really want, I don't know, maybe I'm too nice. Or I don't know, maybe something else. But yeah, but I was just like, I just really want to help this guy out, or like I don't know, I really want to get the shirt for my friend too. Yeah, but it's fine. I think it's just like a good lesson for me to learn for like the next time that I go to a concert, that like it's okay to give up, especially on merch, because then you spend less money. But yeah, so I'm just like, okay, like next time, like if the merch line is taking long, or it seems like it's not really moving, then, you know, like even if you've been there for like an hour, like fucking just call it quits. It's not worth it. Because especially because there were so many people that were in line after I was, and like I don't even, like those people probably had to get kicked out. Like they probably like were in like line like only like an hour less than I was, or like 30 minutes less than I was, or like 2 hours less than I was, and they probably didn't get to buy merch, or like, you know, the merch that they wanted was also sold out. And I think that's fucked up. Really, I think like the other thing I could have done possibly was just like ask, or like I could have asked the guys like, hey, can you just hold my spot in line? I'm gonna go check if like they have the shit that I want or something, or you know. And like I think I should have just done that or something, but I think it's fine. I don't really regret too much because I still had a good time. My friend was fine with it, and I know for next time I'm just not gonna do that sort of thing where I'm just like there the entire time, because I'm like, in the end of the day, it's like, would I rather have this merch, or would I rather have like, you know, spent time with my friend, like, you know, like with them, like at the concert, like, you know, like actually like next to them. I think like that would have been more fun, especially because I don't get to see like this friend very often either. But I think it's like I had seen them somewhat recently, so I think that's why it's like, oh, it's like not too bad. And then we did have time in line to like chat and catch up, which was nice. But you know, I think it just like, it would have been a lot more fun if I had just gone and like stayed with my friend, rather than like been in the merch line. So I mean, I can't blame I can blame them, like I can't blame the concert, like staff, or like the organization of it was just really bad. But I can't really, like, I have to like take accountability for it too. Just like, you know, I made the choice to stay in the line, which is like not to like forgive, or not forget, but like not to like, you know, let them off easy or anything. But it's like I did make the choice to stay in line, so I can't be overly salty about this and whatnot. But yeah, but I'm just trying to be, you know, like adulty and whatnot, and like, you know, not be like too upset about it, because I don't want to ruin, like, it was still a really good concert, it was still a really good day. I don't really want to ruin it by like having like a ton of like negative emotion towards like being in the merch line all day. But yeah, and also like, yeah, it was fine. But yeah, I am like hopeful that they'll do it again, because it was really good. Like the lineup was really good, aside from like the whole like letting in people late thing, and like the whole like merch shit show fiasco. Like I think it was still really good. Apparently, like when I was in line, I could see the lines for the food, and like it was basically non-existent. It was pretty good. And like I don't know, like this is like the first time I've ever been to like a music festival too, and I wasn't really sure what to expect, but it was actually really nice. Like people like put down like the picnic blankets and whatnot, so we also put down a picnic blanket, and then like, you know, like the people around us were pretty nice, and it was also like it was really cool to be able to like like sit down like on the grass like in front of the concert stage, especially like towards the beginning of the concerts too, because like towards like the end like people like squished together a bit more, and like like they would step on like the picnic blankets if you didn't. But I don't know, all in all it was really nice, it was really fun. I would 10 out of 10 would go again. I would just expect a shit show. That's just like what the other shit. I would just like expect a shit show with like the merch and whatnot. Expect not to see the opening acts or whatnot, or like the first people in the lineup, or like just get there super early or something. Like that's what I think for next time. But yeah, like all in all, great time so far. I did get annoyed today because I tried to go to Little Tokyo to go to Hype Land, because they have a flagship store, and I wanted to buy like their like Yu-Gi-Oh hoodie, and I wanted to look at their Digimon like collab like up close and like try it on and see if I wanted it. And then they were fucking closed. They was like saying that they were gonna be open from like 12 to 6. I got there at 3. And they were fucking closed, and I was like, what the fuck? And it's so hard to tell if they're closed or if they like shut down the entire store, because the entire windows and everything is painted black. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess like maybe they went out of business, or like they're like their in-store locations went out of business. And then like what's it called? And then they like painted everything over so people couldn't see. But I looked at their Instagram, and literally like they have the exact store like looking like that like on their Instagram. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess they just like the look of their fucking windows and shit like painted over. I'm just like, oops, never gonna get a sponsorship with them. But anyway, it's fine. I don't know, I'm still gonna buy the hoodie, and like I probably won't buy the Digimon shit, even though I think it looks a little cool. But it is a little bit too loud for my taste. I don't really know if it goes with the style that I like to wear. But anyway, that's beside the point. But I'm just a little salty because it was like a $30 like ride share to go over there. And I was like, this is like literally the only thing I had to do in Little Tokyo. And I think a little bit of like what bothered me was that I was like not too annoyed at the Zipangu merch stuff, because I was looking forward to buying the Yu-Gi-Oh hoodie. So I was a little bit cranky once like they weren't open. I was like kind of annoyed, but it's fine. I like was like, I shouldn't let this ruin my day. So I kind of turned it around too. So I went to like the One Piece cafe. I got some onigiri. There was like this really cute kid, like this really cute baby that was sitting next to me that kept like looking at me and making faces at me. She was so cute. But yeah, so I went there. I got some somi too. So I got ice cream. And then, oh my god, actually though, before I went to the One Piece cafe, I went to Book Off, and I kind of got annoyed. Like I was trying to go to Book Off to like get my mind off it of like I'm trying to make going to Little Tokyo worth it and whatnot. And like I had like plans to see my friend later, so I'm like I didn't want to see my friend being cranky and whatnot, right? So what was it? So what happened was I went to Book Off, and like I think Book Off is kind of similar, or like yeah, it's similar to like Surugaya in Japan, where it's like they have a bunch of like secondhand anime goods and whatnot, and like it's just like wall to wall like anime goods everywhere racked up, blah blah, like pins, like prints, like figures, etc. It kind of annoyed the shit out of me. You know why? Because everything was so fucking disorganized. Like all the stuff that was in the same like category of like, oh, these are figures, oh, these are playing cards, oh, these are pins, oh, these are like bags, etc. Like everything was like everything like that was organized. Everything was everywhere it was supposed to be, right? But the problem is that like the way that sorry, I'm going back into my computer. So the way that this Book Off had everything organized was just by the category, but they didn't organize it at all by fandom. And it's like when you're at like a secondhand shop, especially like one of this size where it's very small and cramped, like they gotta maximize space. So like they have like the hooks, right? The hooks, and it just like is like back to back to back, like on the same like hook, like a fat stack of just like pins or just like stuff. So it's like all the pins are together and like whatnot, and that's fine, right? But it's like if you look behind like one pin, then like the pin behind it is completely unrelated to the pin that was in front of it. So it just like pissed me the fuck off because I was just like, there were like obviously two pins that were like the same identical pin, and I'm like, why would you not put this pin and that pin on the same hook so that everything is like together? Oops, we're an ad. Okay, yeah, too much. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going because I'm a little annoyed. I just need to bend this out, okay, like really quick. But yeah, I was just like really pissed off. I was like I think the volunteer librarian in me, because I volunteered as like a kid at the library, like kind of reared its head of just like, why would you not just like categorize this by like either anime or like genre or like, you know, like general like at least genre or like artist or something, like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, like maybe there's like a lot of like video game like characters, and then like you can put them all in the same row, or it's like maybe there's a lot of like shoujo characters and you put them all in the same row or general area, like you could put like classic anime together, blah blah blah. Because I saw like a Masumi Sera, like she's from Detective Conan, like plushie there, and I was just like, what the fuck, man, like why would you do this? But anyway, like it just pissed me off a little bit. But yeah, but it's fine, because after that I like, you know, I walked out to I was originally going to go to Kinokuniya, but like because I had like, you know, walked around, I like saw like the One Piece cafe, and so that was like, you know, I'm not a One Piece fan, but it was fun to go, and like the cashier was like, you know, normal levels of like, you know, friendly service. So I don't know, it's just like a little bit nice sometimes when it's like someone is nice to you, even if it is just like, you know, like a I'm trying to sell you something kind of way. It's just like kind of nice because I don't know, it just like helped a little bit to make my mood go up instead of like being in the shits for not being able to buy this jacket, which is, it sounds kind of stupid, but I don't know, I've been like looking forward to like buying this jacket for like quite some time, so that's why it kind of just like bothered me a little bit. I was also just like, yeah, like on this trip I was intending to go to Hypeland in order to buy that jacket, and it just bothered me. I was like, man, like I had planned to do this thing, now I can't. I was like, god damn. But yeah, anyways, life goes on. So yeah, anyway, I went to the One Piece cafe, got my onigiri, and then I went to the what's it called, the ice cream place, Somi, and then I got ice cream there. And then I actually was looking around because my friend and I like to get Thai food, so I was looking around the area for like restaurants or like where I was and like how to kill time, different things like that, because we had like decided to like meet up like later in the evening. So I actually didn't realize that the arts district is next to Little Tokyo, and there's a like hot dog place that I really like in like the arts district that has like really good fries. So I like went over there and I got to buy like fries. I also got to use their bathroom because that was like the other thing. I was like, how can I use the bathroom? Because I was being hydrated today because I like did not drink enough water yesterday. So I drank so much water today, but then I just needed to go to the bathroom so much today too. So I like actually went to the bathroom twice in the One Piece cafe because I was just like, I just need to go to the bathroom. But yeah, so anyways, what else happened? Yeah, so I went to the hot dog place. I got my fries, very happy. They were quite salty, which is how, I don't know, it was like salty in a good way, you know what I mean? And then what else happened? Oh, and then yeah, I got to hang out with my friend, got to see their dog. He's very cute dog. And then, you know, it was a very good day in the end. Like, you know, like I'm very happy. I'm very not necessarily ready to, you know, go back to work, but you know, we ball, so we'll try, we do our best, etc. But yeah, so that's basically the trip so far. Let me show you guys the rest of the merch I did get. So I also did get, because okay, so by the time I had gotten there it was already pretty late, so also I don't know how I can best show this. So I got Ado's white shirt. How far can I go? Ado's white shirt like this. If I go closer to the camera, maybe I can show it off better. Yeah, I wasn't originally planning on getting this, but because they sold out of other stuff that I wanted, then I just decided to buy it. And then I also got her shirt. Actually, I'm wearing it right now. I also got her black shirt that has her silhouette on it. One second, let me strip shortly. I have my camera covered, so it's fine. I have a bra on, so it's fine. This is one of the stupidest things I've ever done on stream. But yeah, so I also got her black shirt, which is just like her silhouette across like Tokyo skyline, like this. Oh yeah, how do I do this properly? Yeah, so I got this shirt too. I actually really like this shirt, but yeah, I wore this shirt today, and then I also, this is the same shirt that I got, sorry, one second, I'm putting it back on. This is the same shirt that I got for the guy who was in line with me. So it was really nice that they had what he wanted to. He wanted a smaller size, but he was also okay with a large. So I was able to get him, like, you know, like the shirt he wanted, so that was really nice. I also got, let me see if I can show this properly and not reveal myself. I got, wait, if I put this here, how far does this go? Okay. I also got the Zipangu hat. I was unsure about getting this, but it's fine. I was like, you know, as much as I'm a little bit salty at Zipangu, it was also good. And it has like this on the back, which I cannot read, but it's fine. But yeah, so I got the hat. Imagination going wild right now. Put that away. But yeah, and then, oh shit, this is cool actually. Okay, so I didn't get to see Hana, like the girl, I think they were a girl band or something, I'm not sure. But I wasn't able to see them, but they had their merch still up. Maybe it's because people weren't able to watch their show. But yeah, let me get out of the packaging. This is so cool, because I wanted to buy it because I just liked the design of how it looked, and then yeah, I need to listen to their music. Let me put this down. But yeah, so I was able to buy one of their shirts, and I thought it just looked cool. But I didn't realize that, I think this is called their Born to Bloom. I thought it said Born to Blood. But yeah, it has like this like blooming like star decal on it, but I didn't realize it's actually sewn in. So it's like actually like an applique. It's not just like a print. That's really cool. But yeah, so I really like that. I also like bought these shirts so that like, cause I realized like, cause I have like a little bit of, I don't know if I would call my style grunge or anything, but I do like wearing like kind of like edgy shit once in a while, or like, you know, like lightcore edgy shit. I don't know if like, I don't know. Oh, but yeah, there's embroidery on the back too. Yeah, okay, this is worth it. Oh, first tour 2026, that's so cute. But yeah, so I bought this shirt, and then, what was I saying? It was, fuck, I forgot. I remember. So I bought like some of these shirts because like, especially the white one, I was like thinking I could cut off the sides and then just like turn it into like a tank top or something. But yeah, because I kind of realized like I do like I do like buying merch from like bands that I like, or like when I go see a show, because it's kind of like a souvenir, right, of like me going somewhere. So like that's kind of also why I bought like, and I also bought this hand towel. And that's like, it's kind of just like a nice reminder of just like the time I went there. And like, even though like I didn't have like, it's not that I didn't have the best time at Zipangu, but like, even though like I don't necessarily like Zipangu as in the organization that like ran it, because like the logistics of it was just like fucking shit. No offense, but I mean, fix your shit. But it was still like a good time that I am happy that I went. So I wanted to have stuff to remember it by. And I'm still gonna buy the Zipangu hoodie, but online, because like when I was there, they didn't have the size I wanted, because I want to get, they only had small, I think. Like the guy at first was like, oh no, we sold out. And then he was like, I saw someone else next to me buying it, and I was like, did you guys really sell out? And he was like, oh, all I can find is a small. And I was like, oh, that's fine. I wanted to get like a more oversized fit, so like a medium, large, extra large or something. But yeah, so they didn't have it, but they have pre-orders for that stuff online, so I'm gonna buy it online. Fuck shipping, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, that is my haul. But yeah, that is my Zipangu haul. But yeah, so yeah, I think I might cut the sides of the white shirt, and then even for the shirt that I'm wearing, like I don't know, I could leave it like this, but I don't know. I've also been like thinking about like cutting like the collar or like holes, like intentionally like distressing some of the band shirts I have recently, just to like give the silhouette like a different look. But yeah. I don't know. I've just been wearing this like this shirt from like a Fall Out Boy concert that my friends got me before. It was like the Hella Mega Tour. It was like Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer. And I'm like, I kind of wish I had gone, but it was just like, I think at that point like COVID was still kind of like, I think it was like 2 years after COVID like first started or something. So I wasn't quite like ready, and it was also in like a different city or like state, so it would be like a bit of a trek for me to go, so I decided not to. But oh my god, it would have been so cool to go, because like Fall Out Boy and Weezer and Green Day, it was fucking it would have been so good. But anyway, but yeah, so I think that's also kind of why I'm kind of just like, yeah, I do think I just want to go to more concerts over the next like couple of years. Like if I see an artist I like and the tickets are not insane, then I will try to go. I don't know, I think I was telling you guys, right, I'm like in my quarter life crisis type vibe, where I'm just like, I feel like I should live a bit more for my youth before I get older, etc. But yeah, so I was actually talking to my friend about moving to Chicago, because they're from Chicago, and they're like giving me some like advice on that. And then like my friend's parents like are from Chicago, and like they were giving me advice on that too, so that was really cool. But yeah, I don't know, I think like for me too, I was like, and then like I was actually talking to that couple too, because they were also from like the East Coast, so they know about New York and stuff too. And then I think honestly, like they were also very nice about it. They were very like, yeah, you should totally do it, blah blah blah. And I think like part of me was like, because like instantly when I was thinking about like moving somewhere to a city, I was like, yeah, I would probably move to New York City. But like part of me too is kind of like, I don't want to be like a gentrifier, you know what I mean, of just like, you know, moving to someone else's, like pushing people out, that sort of thing, blah blah. Sorry, like not to like downplay it by saying blah blah blah, but you know, that's the gist, right? Just like all that. So, but I think it's, I don't know, I would only be there for a year, so I don't think it's too bad. I don't know. Anyway. Like, so I think that's part of why I've kind of been like, oh, like, you know, it could be any city, like, you know, it could be like, you know, like it could even be like I don't know, Vegas or like LA. I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know about LA. Actually, I don't know about Vegas either, because like both of that shit is like too. It's like too. It's not commutable enough, I think. Like with like one of the main things is just like I just want to be able to walk around places and like, you know, take the subway or the train and like, you know, just stuff like that. So it's like. I don't know. I feel like Seattle and SF are both cool, and they both have good public transit, but they're also on the West Coast. And I guess like part of me is just like, in order to live life, I should go far and like, you know, do this thing that I can never do. Because like for me, I'm kind of like, I don't mind too much moving up and down the West Coast, because it's the same time zone as most of my family and my friends, so that's why. But yeah, so I feel like going and moving to like the East Coast or even like Central-ish. I don't know about moving to Central, honestly. But it just like feels like more of an adventure and more of like a wow, like I wouldn't usually do this. So it feels more, I don't know, different. I don't really want to move to Washington, D.C. at this point in time, haha. And then I guess I'm not familiar enough with other like like states or big cities on the East Coast. So I think my brain just goes to New York. But yeah, but like, I don't know, Chicago is like one of the states where, or one of the states, one of the cities. It's pretty big, so I'm just like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to like move there or something, or cool to like go there. It's like, I think, like just in general, I just like want to go somewhere that's not the West Coast. But yeah, anyway, it was nice meeting that couple, and it was nice talking to my friend about it, because it helped me be a little bit more just like, yeah, it's fine to go and just be, I don't know. The other thing I was like, is this like basic ass bitch of me to be like, I want to go to New York City and like live there for a bit? Like, is that too basic? But maybe it's like the same way people are like, oh, I want to move to LA. It's like, I don't really want to move to LA. It's like, it does sound a little basic to move to LA. No offense to like people who move to LA, just saying. But yeah, very basic. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know. It's nice. I don't know. I think moral of the story / like end of the weekend is just like, it's just really nice to be able to like talk to both you guys, but then also like my friends who know me and like who like can share their experience of like, you know, doing things and just like talking to people about stuff. I don't know. I think that's like why I'm an extrovert, such like why I like hanging out with people and like meeting people and etc. Because it's, I don't know, people are so nice. It's so nice to talk to people, and then I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, it's so funny though. I'm just like still thinking about how my friend was like, it's so like you make friends so easily, and I'm just like, I don't really know. And then I was like talking a little about it, and I was like, I think the thing is that sometimes I am, because my parents have Riz, okay? Like my parents are very charismatic and like can make friends pretty easily, like with like strangers and whatnot, and like vibe with them, right? Like we were at the chocolate shop the other day, and then like my parents were like risen up this guy. Like they were like talking to him in like Tagalog, and he was like Filipino, and like he was like, they were like bonding together, right? And I'm like just over here, I'm like, I can speak English, yeah. But yeah, so I think like I inherited some of my charisma or some shit, you know, from my parents, but I honestly feel like I also did not necessarily inherit this, but I'm just a shy and anxious individual with social anxiety. So I think like at times, or like in certain situations or spaces, like I do think that I am more like open, and like I have like an easier time, like, you know, just being chill and being me, and, you know, being like naturally funny and goofy and shit like that, you know. Is your mom single? No, both my parents have Riz for each other. They are not single. Don't go after my mom. Anyways, but yeah, so like I'm just like, man, like I guess like if I didn't have all this social anxiety in me, then I would be like, you know, I would be like, I wouldn't be single. No kidding. But yeah, like I don't know, I'm just like, maybe I just do need to just like let loose and then just try to not be shy. I don't know, maybe I should do weed or something, I say, but there's no way I'm doing that. Because fuck the smell of weed, that shit smells nasty. I also just don't want to do drugs. I mean, like, I don't know if weed is still considered a drug, but it's just like, you know what I mean. I don't know. I just don't like substances. I'll stay with my water. Thank you. I hear people upstairs moving. I hope I'm not too loud. Okay, I should probably end soon. Anyway, but yeah, so I can really hear this guy moving. I hope he just has to go to the bathroom, and I hope he's not coming downstairs to yell at me. Are the walls that thin? I don't know. This hotel's a little shady. I'm not gonna lie. A little shady. I feel like last time I stayed at another shady hotel, and I was like, okay, maybe we're done with booking the shady hotels, okay, Joony? And I'm like, you know, you're right. And then I'm kind of like, but money though. But money. Anyway, yeah, so let me sit down again. Let me get farther from the ceiling so he can't hear me, I guess, maybe, if it is him. But yeah, so I don't know. But anyways, it's nice to stream because then I have reminders that I'm not a fucking weirdo and people like hanging out with me. I say that, but I also do have friends that also enjoy hanging out with me. But you guys know what I mean. I don't know. I think it's just been really weird because over the past couple of months, I've had a lot of like people that have like not approached me, but it's just like I've made like friends with people or whatever. Like, what's it called? I forgot if I told you guys this, but like the other day I was like buying a jacket or something. I was like trying on jackets and whatnot at like this store, and then like I found out like I live in the same city as like this cashier that was like there that was like help me out. And then like, you know, I signed up for the rewards program, and then the next day like, and then like I gave them my phone number for the rewards program, right? And then the next day like I get a text message from the person that was checking me out. It's a girl, by the way. And like they were like, oh yeah, like if you ever want to hang out, like let me know, because they were giving me like recommendations for places in the area. I actually haven't texted them back, which I do need to do because I'm like down to hang out. They were like a chill person. They were cool. They also made me spend too much, but that's fine too. But yeah, so anyway, I don't know, it was just funny. I was about to type W Riz Unk. No, bro, I wish. Oh my god, there was this cute guy actually at the Uma Musume event, and I was like, wow, that guy's cute. And then I was like, well, I'm not gonna do anything anyways. Walks away. I took this like Omegaverse, like what Omegaverse type are you quiz the other day, and then it had a question on it that was like, oh, if you see someone that you like, or like see someone that you find attractive, something like that, right? Like, what do you do? And it was like, oh, like you ask them out, oh, you flirt with them, blah blah. And then it was like, you do nothing. And I was like, that one. Like, that one is me. Like, I don't know, part of me was like, oh yeah, like I don't know, I feel like I've been outgoing recently in the past couple of years, or the past couple of years I've been improving, you know, being able to talk to people that I don't know, being less shy, being less anxious, just like loose, being me, blah blah blah, like, oh yeah, I'm cool. When it comes to I'm single for a reason, okay guys? I can't fucking talk to people. I'm single for a reason, okay? But yeah, so yeah, your girl, there's not gonna be like a Mr. Joony at some point right now. It's just not in the cards. It's just not happening. It's because I'm not playing the cards. I'm too scared to play the cards. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, unfortunately, although I was kind of thinking semi-recently that my answer would be like, yeah, of course, like I would just start talking to them. Like, yeah, sure, of course. I don't think I'm there yet. I think my social anxiety is still, you know, it's still there. I don't think it's going anywhere. So I think it's gonna be a very specific situation in which I start to date someone, honestly. And like, honestly, like, no parasocial, I will probably let you guys know so that we can all celebrate the fact that I am not single at some point, you know, and then like, you know, I will try not to talk about my relationship, but then I will likely fail and then probably wind up talking about my relationship because I'm fucking like blabbermouth about like all my shit, you know what I mean? So look forward to that eventually, maybe in 10 years. I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully earlier than 10 years. Oh my god. But anyway, I'm scared about my upstairs neighbor. So I think this is about where we should end it because it is also almost 2 a.m. So I think it's time for us to go to bed, or for you to, you know, like start your day and whatnot. So I don't know. Anyways, I am just in general very, very, very happy to 2 a.m. The night is still young, bro. I have to wake up to like on Tuesday. I have to wake up at like 6 a.m. or some shit to get to the office early. Otherwise, there was no point in me coming down for work, and then I will get chewed the fuck out. So I gotta wake up early. Okay. Also, iPhones recently have been doing this fucking thing where they like the alarm goes off, but it actually doesn't go off. Like it won't make any noise. It's so fucking stupid. And I'm just like, will you just kill me instead or something? Like what the fuck? It's 2 p.m. for me. Oh my god, 100. That's crazy. But also that makes sense on how come you're able to stay up this late. I thought for some reason that you were American. That's crazy. Anyway, it was nice talking with you guys. Thanks for listening to me yap. But yeah, I'll try to stream when I get back. I don't know, like if I'll stream. I don't know if I'll do any more shadow Handcam streams. I think it's fun, but I think the only thing is just like, oh my god, my arms. I'm so tired. But yeah, so maybe next time I can do it on the floor, and then I can sit down the entire time. I don't know, who knows. But yeah, thumbs up, yeah. This stream was a lot of fun. Let me get this fucking shit out of the way. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun napping. Let me push Ado closer back to the front. Yeah, okay. But yeah, it was fun yapping and catching up. Thanks for letting me yap to you guys. Hee hee hee, hoo hoo hoo. But yeah, I am. Oh, quick update. I guess I'm working on stuff for my VTuber update. Or debut, I guess, kind of. But it is, in fact, slow goes. So we'll see how that goes. No hand reveal. I'm sorry. If you look at the YouTube channel, I have VODs where I did, like, hand reveal, I think, probably. And I also have my my Japanese, or my Japan, what's it called? Not a fried potato, but it's like the fried chicken. Oh, famichiki, my famichiki Handcam, like where I eat all the different famichiki from like Lawson and then 7-Eleven or something, or it might just be 2, I don't know, but I do have that video on my vlog channel, or not vlog channel, my VOD channel. But yeah, anyway. Oh my god, though, it's so nice because going to the concert made me think about wanting to do more like singing stuff again recently, and like different songs that I like, and I'm like, oh, I could do a singing thing of this or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, but it was a lot of fun, and it kind of motivated me to like work on singing and shit like that, so we'll see if that ever happens, but you know, so that was nice. And then I don't know, it's just nice times, and you know, it gave me a big self-esteem boost. Also, like, oh my god, my Uber driver yesterday night who drove me back to my friend's apartment, or my friend's parents' house, was so nice. Like, I was telling her about all of my life decision contemplation shit, etc., and she's like, you're doing the right thing, blah blah blah, etc. And I was like, thank you, lady, I appreciate it. I appreciate this, like, this support right now. I'm just like, I get this support from a lot of people, but it means a lot coming from you, my random Uber driver, and the Uber driver gotcha. I don't know, I feel like, honestly, it's kind of scary, I've had a lot of good luck recently, just in general, in the past like year, I think, of just like things going well, and maybe if anything that could just be my attitude going into certain things of being more positive. But hopefully this continues. And then the other thing too was like I forgot what the other thing was, because I read there are female Uber drivers, of course there are, but yeah, I think the other thing, yeah, it's just like basically just trying to keep that positive outlook on life, that positive environment, yeah. But yeah, because like yeah, like when Hypeland was closed earlier, I was really annoyed and really cranky. Low-key kind of pissed off at low-key was kind of pissed off. I was like, I just wasted $30 for no reason. I was like, I felt kind of down about it. But yeah, I think like realizing like, hey, like I don't want to be upset like when like, yeah, I'm about to see my friend, and then also like, you know, like I don't want to waste an entire day of just like, you know, like yesterday was really fun and whatnot. I don't want to waste like too much time today being upset and annoyed about like not being able to do this thing, instead of like, you know, just enjoying shit. So I don't know, I think that was like nice to realize and to like turn around, and you know, and nice attitude adjustment and whatnot. But yeah, I'm really excited to go home, even though it's in 3 days. I'm really excited to see some of my coworkers in person that I don't typically get to see, and I'm excited to see like one of my friends that I haven't talked to in a really long time, that is also kind of like the reason I am an extrovert, and the reason that I was able to do a lot of stuff in college and even now, and like I don't know, I give a lot of credit to that person, even though they probably don't know how much they changed my life and how they were very supportive and friendly and etc. But I'm just like, you are the type of person that I want to grow up to be, etc. They're also getting married soon. I'm just like, I'm very happy for them. I'm just like, you are getting well, actually they might have been married by now, because I realized that the last time I talked to them was like a year ago. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Lego Batman. And then like if I can play it before I have to leave for Fanime and whatnot. And then yeah, we'll see. I might do a stream tomorrow even. I'm like not 100% sure. But if I do a stream tomorrow, it'll probably be way more boring, and it'll probably not really have my hands in them, my shadow hands, because I have work to do. Frick, I forgot about Fanime. Super Poops a lot. Are you going to Fanime? But yeah, what's it called? I don't think I'll be driving up. Wow, no Super Poops a lot. Neko is like what's it called? Neko's doing his thing at Fanime. He's got like his like booth gaming thing to look forward to. Yeah, I saw his like cardboard cutout that he like got made. I don't know if I'm spoiling shit, but you probably know about it already because you're friends with him. But yeah, but I saw his thing. I was just like, I'm so excited to see it. But yeah, they have like manga ichiba happening. It's like a little zine fest. Also, I'm just doing shit with my fingers now because I don't know what to do with my fingers, but I feel weird like leaving it blank. But yeah, so they have manga ichiba, which I'm really looking forward to. Actually, I need to message my friend because they mentioned that they want to have a birthday party on the same time as Fanime, and I told them like I would go, but they haven't messaged me anything about it, so I'm not sure if it's still happening. But yeah, go to sleep on. Okay, I will. Because now it's 2:02. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I might stream tomorrow if I wind up feeling chatty, or like I don't know, even if I just wind up wanting to do work. So it might just be like typing noises or something on stream, and you guys will probably wind up looking at like a couch or something. I don't know. But yeah. So what else is there? Yeah, I do still kind of want to play Paranormal Site or something, or like maybe Lethal Company or Repo when I get back to home, but we'll see what happens because I do have some things I need to work on. Yeah, but yeah, I don't think that my upstairs neighbor hates me, because I think they just have to go to the bathroom really bad. I don't hear them anymore. But I'm gonna go. I don't know how to end this properly because we don't have, you know, the outro screen or the music or whatever. So how should we end this? Let me grab. Anyway, you want someone to raid? No. I think we should just end it because I also don't know how to raid people because I'm streaming off my phone. So I would rather just let it go. But yeah, okay. I hope you guys have a good night. What's this object coming at you guys? Wow, I don't know. Oh my god, how do I cover the camera? Whoa, oh my god, okay, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, okay. How do I cover it completely? Wow, bye. Okay, see you guys later. Bye. Bye. I don't know how to do this. Anyway, okay. Bye. Okay, now it's gone. Okay, I'm hitting the bye button now. Bye. Okay. I'm making sure that you guys can still hear this. Okay, bye. I don't know how long the delay is usually for stream to other shit. Anyway, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog.